This episode of Keeping Tabs is brought to you by Doot Loot, your one-stop shop for Japanese and Russian foils. Check out the awesome selection at doot-loot.com. If you spend $100 or more, you'll earn free entry into our online cEDH league this month. So don't miss out and upgrade your deck's bling today.
Critical EDH. We broke top deck.
Again?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, how's it going, dude?
Pretty good. We're joined by Gold Sabretooth, the one and only.
The one and only Tim.
What's up, dude?
Dude, it's so good to have you.
What is it? Too weird to live, too rare to die.
Wait,
I'm too old to die. I don't know. Dude, I have been messing around with our software. I got to do this kind of
That's sick.
dude, Logan went back to work, and this is what we've been seeing all day.
You know,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna put in the work. But yeah, we've got some cool stuff to talk about this week. Tim's got some exciting news on a few different fronts, and man, you've just been putting in a lot of work lately. Just
Thank you.
new mats, new designs, new logos for people, for channels, up and coming channels, stuff like that.
I was saying,
Dude, I'm even got a
jigged the,
secret thing.
I was saying
no.
before we were just kind of chatting. I was saying I really like the logo that you did for Wizard. Wait, Wizard. What's the channel that you just finished up for?
Wizards and Warlocks?
Wizards and
Timko
Warlocks.
Trevor Timko?
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought it was really
Great
cool.
guy.
Dude,
Thank you.
Is it?
What was cool about it?
I just like how they like the stylistic of it, of they kind of look like wizards, but also kind of like gnomes, and I'm into that.
Yeah, they're very no mask.
Yeah.
No mask, gnomish.
We got a couple things we need to cover real quick. Cookout's still coming up. It's in about a week and a half at this point.
Yeah, a week and a
And,
half.
You're still not sure if you're.
I'm still not sure. I'm getting closer to yes than I am to no, but it's still sketch.
Tim, you're going, right?
It's official. I will be at the cookout.
Nice, dude.
And thank you. And it's a quick turnaround, but I called Zach Brown, and I wanted to I really want to do my part to help along other artists in the community. And I think Snowball is a great guy, and I told him that I would collaborate on a token for the event with him. So we're gonna do either a food and a clue, or a trigger and a copy or something, but something food related, and we're gonna do a double-sided token. I'll have those printed up, and
That's so cool.
That's
I
really
just
cool.
want to show people. Yeah, it's I just want to show people that you don't at the top, you don't compete, you collaborate, and I just really want to. He's a young guy, and he's starting his career out, and he's finishing up school, and I want the best for him. So I just want to help out where I can. So I'm looking forward to working with him. He's a nice guy. So
I think that that whole sentiment is something that we definitely agree with here at Critical EDH. Just rising the tide of everyone is really, really good, right? And you'll see a little bit more of that next month for the Patreon league support stuff. But we're just gonna down to partner with whoever, if you're just getting started, or if you're just hitting that hump of the 1,000 subs. I think that's who we really like to partner with, and it's just nice to have the entire community just rise, right? So I get it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked with you in the past in the league, and that was awesome getting the commission there.
It was one of the best things. Dude, that was such a cool idea. That was you and I were just talking, and I was like, what if I'll make a deal. I'll give you guys a mat if you let all my patrons join. And you were like, bet, all right.
And then we've done that so every other group since. We're like,
yeah.
It's been great. It's been great.
It's fine by me. It was it's
a win-win.
I just get to donate some sweat equity, and then you get to give something to value to my community. That's so worth it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Cookout is coming up soon. Unfortunately, I can't go, but hopefully we can send Austin. Go see Gold Sabretooth there. And are you having a booth and all that stuff, or are you just playing?
I might do a small thing and partner with Snowball and just have maybe a select number of mats, but nothing too wild. I really want to focus on playing. So I'll have a few mats available, maybe I'll bring 50 when they're gone, or something like that.
Nice.
And then I'll do these event specific tokens. They're just exclusive to the event, and we'll give those away. So if you come and see us, if you buy anything, it's free. Maybe we'll give you one free anyway. Who cares? And who cares? I'm not even gonna try to like trick you into buying something. Just come over and we'll give you one.
Yeah.
Give Snowball a kiss on the cheek and I'll give you one.
And
come support Wayne. But I'm gonna do a drive this after Atlanta to get people to sign up. And if you sign up for Landgo and you're in like the Crit League, if you sign up for this cookout by Landgo and you're in Crit League or you're in my Patreon, I'll give you a free AP at the event. That's it.
Jeez.
That's like a $35 to $50 value. I did this at Fishbowl. I ended up doing like 24 of them. It was worth it.
Dude,
and then I did it at the Utah event, and I think I did another like 15. So
your APs, I can see them. They're like over there. They're out of reach, but I treasure those things. Like I don't even like leave the house with them. They're so cool.
They're so sick.
Especially the mayhem.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, you're making it more hard to say that I'm probably gonna go to the cookout, right? Like,
just go, dude.
Dude, the thing is, okay, so and we'll get to this a little bit, but like we have a back-to-back local on Saturday, Sunday here, and then for this weekend, and then we're going to cookout next weekend, and then I have one weekend off to like spend with my girlfriend, and then we go to Fishbowl, and it's like
Just get your girlfriend to play CEDH, dude.
She's a teacher, so she can't take the long weekends, unfortunately. We'd have to do like the Doom turnarounds, dude.
No, dude, just tell the students to go on a field trip.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're going to
Bring
San Diego.
all the kids with you.
I don't know if their parents would like that very much. Speaking of Fishbowl, it is, well, if you're watching this on Wednesday, it's your last day to get free entry into the Critical EDH League.
Yep.
If you buy entry to the Fishbowl. So I highly recommend you do that because both events are very fun. Mm-hmm. But we're looking forward to this one. It's run by Hire, and he always puts on a really good event. We were there last year. That's kind of where Tim and I first connected, was at Fishbowl.
Was it really?
I mean, like, I had talked to him off and on, like, a little bit here and there, but, like, it was the first event where I was like, oh, hey, like, you know, nice to meet you, that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So
we did an interview.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Dude, those interviews were so fun. You see me like in the background. I wasn't part of Crit yet, so like you just like see me in the background of those videos sometimes.
Just like floating around. Yeah. He's like, oh, it's Austin, or he's our local.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so sign up for Fishbowl. I think it's gonna come close to selling out again. So do that before it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll see you there. I'm excited, and Benny Shoga's doing the mat, and I'm doing the token. I think it's a trigger token. Maybe it's a Ristic trigger. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a trigger token. I'm not sure if it's generic or whatever, but I've got the artwork done. Year? But what's up? What? I did do a trigger. Triggers are just so useful. I did a trigger, but I drew Thrasios on it because I like Thrasios. He's fishy, you know?
And you kind of predicted like the whole Thrasios meta because he wasn't that popular right then. Like,
no. That was the breakout. That was the breakout tournament, right?
It was, yeah.
That was Pigeon's breakout tournament.
On Rogthras.
On Rogthras, yeah.
The deck's very good.
I got some cool news from Tim. Dude, Kickstarter number 2.
Number 2.
I've got one of the original Kickstarter Kinnan mats floating around here somewhere.
Oh,
but I brought some other mats over. I think the Rog size mat is from the first Kickstarter.
So
let's see. Basically,
that is.
This is from one of them.
If you don't own a Gold Sabertooth mat, they're the nicest mats you can own. They're so thick they hardly fit in a regular playmat tube.
Yeah.
I've never had one I've never had a stitch fail. The color is just vibrant. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take any credit for that. That's all gamer mats, dude. They're the best. Shout out to my boy Ron, dude. Shout out to Ron.
Nice.
Yeah, I love every single one that I have. The one that's behind the Rogside mat is they used to be called Flocked, but now I think they're better.
Microfiber.
Yeah. And
that's the only one of those. Or maybe there's some other. I don't have any of those.
Dude,
Did Steve get any of those?
my claim to fame is adding this food chain right here. I was like, hey, add the Patagonia sign.
Yeah, that was it. That was your idea, dude. I was like, what's Colorado? And you're like, Patagucci, baby.
Yeah.
There's so many Denver references on there.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Dude, thank
From
you.
Kickstarter 1, dude, I have the Reanimator playmat.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
so
seen that
sick.
in person.
It's really, really cool. I was playing Master Keys like
Best
all the
selling
time.
mat
So
I
I was
ever
like,
have.
wait, what's up? Wait, really?
That was the best selling mat in the whole Kickstarter. Yeah,
Dude.
shockingly.
Unbanned
By a large
Grizzlebrand,
margin.
dude. Unbanned Grizzlebrand, dude. Let me play it again.
You know what's funny, Austin?
What's up?
When we were drawing that mat, they were like, I just don't know if it's going to be, by the time the mat comes out, the deck's going to be banned. So, like, they're like, it won't be relevant. And I was like, but I just think the concept's so interesting to make, like, an Archon of cruelty, like, being reanimated in, like, the reanimate pose, that iconic Harold Bliss pose. And the funny part is like, if you look at that mat, like, Psychic Frog is banned, and Troll of Khazad-dûm is banned.
Yep.
And the deck is still the top.
Well, dude, okay.
That
So
almost
this
makes me
is
want the
coming
mat
from
more too, though. Like just having band stuff on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I
so
remember.
this is coming from like the legacy player in me. Is like, dude, people have been saying Reanimator is gonna get banned for 20 years now at this point. Like it's never going away. Like the pieces aren't going to get banned, right? Exhume, Entomb, Reanimate. What else do you need? Like those pieces won't ever get banned from Legacy, so it's never going away.
Totally. And what's going to happen too, I would say, one thing I'd say about Magic is like the quality of fatties is just going to get better because Wizards is more likely to print. They got blank checks when it comes to printing powerful cards, like powerful threats, but they don't want to print powerful answers. So if you look at Legacy, you know, when you think about the threats are like what? Broadside Bombardier, Tameo, like Archon, Atraxa. Those are all new cards. But the answers are timeless. They're like Force of Will, you know, Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
Like threats were printed in 2024 and the answers were printed in 1994.
Dude,
they won't print any good answers. The answers, that's it. That's what keeps Magic in this weird place is like the answers, we don't get any new powerful answers because they're like, it feels good to cast a fatty. It feels bad to get thought seized or something. Or get Force of Will.
Dude, I've really thought about it. I was like, what could they like print actually that would be like an interesting answer in like cEDH, not even like Legacy, but like could they print a 1 mana Thoughtseize all 3 of your opponents? Like could that happen, right? And
100%.
like oh, I want that card so bad. It would be so sick.
But
You
I think
lose,
every
but you
deck
lose
would
6
run it.
life or something. You lose 2 life
exactly.
per card you discard.
Yeah.
Or it could be all players because part of the versatility, and it would be interesting too because it'd be like all players reveal their hands. That'd be like a weird downside, you know.
It'd have to be something.
it'd be kinda
And then
cool.
you may discard up to 1 card,
Yeah.
you know, per player. For each card discarded this way, lose 2 life. So there you go. Gavin, we
almost
did it
has-
for you, bro.
It has to have like gamble
print it.
text.
What's up?
It almost has to have like gamble text for you.
Yeah, it's
Like,
got to
you
be
discard
something.
a random
Yeah.
card or something.
I don't know, but also
No, I don't
like what you
think
said. What you said about like the big dumb idiots that Wizards loves to print, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
this is what I was like talking to Logan about with Superior Spider-Man. As I was like, look, it might not be good right now, but
it's only gonna get better.
inevitably when they print a big dumb idiot or blue and black, and Reanimator is actually a feasible thing, then Superior Spider-Man is actually going to be a deck. Like right now,
Why
it's
not?
like,
I mean, why isn't it a deck right now? Why don't you just like turn 3 Toxrill someone?
I mean,
Turn 2
that's the thing,
Toxrill
right?
someone?
Like your answer, like you have Toxrill, you have
Consphinx,
maybe
Nezahal.
Valgavoth, you have Nezahal, Consphinx.
It's powerful.
You
as
have
those
Hoarding
cards are.
Broodlord.
It's powerful.
Hoarding
as those
Broodlord,
cards
you just
are,
win the
though.
game.
I don't think they win.
Yeah, that's the thing is they don't win. They're not Grizzlebrand is the problem, right? But
Well, Broodlord would win if it wasn't a copy of Broodlord because the Sawnaf wouldn't work.
so apparently it
Or
does
would?
work.
Oh, because
I
when they
got
enter,
told-
they all become Broodlords?
Yeah. So I got told that if you saw in half a Superior Spider-Man that is a Broodlord, they both become Broodlords. And I was like,
Oh, they do?
that
Oh,
doesn't
someone
sound
told me
right
it
to
didn't
me,
work.
but sure.
I believe it. I'll believe anything.
You
if
know,
it's cool.
layers, right? Layers. That's basically what I got told.
Judge,
I'll believe anything.
this works.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think that's really cool. Like, I think, but if you just unban Grizzlebrand, I think that deck is so good, dude.
We got Grizzlebrand, dude. We got Villas.
That's not Grizzlebrand, buddy.
That's Timu Grizzlebrand.
Yeah, that's true.
AliExpress.
It is Timu Grizzlebrand. But yeah, in reality, I think they're just gonna print something. Like, they're gonna make the mistake of being like, here's something better, right? Because that's been the conversation that I've had with so many people in Legacy. Is people are like, oh yeah, like they're never gonna print something better than a Chroma, and you're like, hold my beer, dude.
Yeah.
And it's just been progressively crazier.
Right. I was thinking like up until like a year or so ago, decks played Progenitus.
Yeah.
You know, now the natural order decks just do what the Reanimator deck does, which is what Show and Tell does, is Atraxa. It's just like, why not Atraxa?
Yeah.
I mean, we have Atraxa.
But you can't play it in just a mirror, unfortunately.
You can play it as a commander and just ramp it out.
That's true. But yeah, I think the Reanimator. We should talk about the Kickstarter, not just random Legacy
All right,
stuff.
Tim, give me the rundown.
No, dude, this is like, I'm here for this. I'm all about the weave, dude. I'm about the weave.
The weave.
Some people don't like the weave.
I do enjoy the weave, dude.
I like the weave, man. No, the Kickstarter's gonna be sick. So for the Kickstarter, it's a cool opportunity for me to like do some reprints that I'm a one-man show. Like I get a message someone wants like Flubs or Rakdos or Deadpool or something that's out of print, and I really want to give it to them, but I can't just print one and fulfill one. I do a minimum of 25, and I just like I have like the Saber Cave is a real thing. Like it's like our guest bedroom has all these like work tables covered in playmats in it. It's the bane of my wife's existence, and like, you know, I go in there to fulfill orders and I'll check something. And I'll be like, what the fuck? I said fuzzy Glarb. I only have one foil Glarb. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like trying to figure something out and pack an order. And so it's easy when the order comes in. I got 100 VVs and 98 VVs are going out. It's easy. But then when you get these like odds and ends and someone's like, oh, I wish I got the big flips, or they don't find out about me until like that thing's been out of print for 6 months. And that's the nature of the business, is like there's so much FOMO built into it, because by the time I post a mat and then the pre-orders go, I get the mats, I fulfill the orders, I send them out, and then you show up to your LGS a week later to go play Magic, and someone sees it, they're like, oh, dude, I love this. This is Zerta. And then they go online to see it, and it's been sold out. So there's like this constant like cycle of disappointment, which I feel bad about. Like it's not print to order, so like they're gone. So the Kickstarter gives me opportunity to do two things: respond in real time to what people want and give the most meaningful or requested reprints. And believe it or not, the most requested reprints were Urza, Kinnan, Kenrith, and Atali. People just can't get enough of Atali. So this will be the last time I'll print Urza, Kinnan, Kenrith, and Atali. I'll just destroy the what is it? Break the mold or crack the masters or whatever.
Dude, you do reprints right though. I think that's something that a lot of people don't see. When you reprint something, it's not the same as the original printing.
No,
but it's close. Like it's mostly the same, or you add like a couple flares or little changes here or there, or you change the colorway a little bit. But
yeah, I actually changed this one a lot. It's hard to tell to most people, it's unnoticeable, but I did another like 6 hours of stippling into this and really added some more contrast, because I felt it was a really flat composition the first time, and I wanted it to be flat because I wanted to read like a horizontal frieze or something that was like a relief sculpture, not fully in sculpture, but almost when you think of like hieroglyphics, or you think of like some sort of like Augustine entablature or something. But I wanted to add more depth. So if you look on the back of like Kinnan's cloak and his arm, I really added some real true value to it. Even like Nezahal's mane around the basalt. I just really wanted to make it more three-dimensional. If the old one's a little more flat, because I knew this was going to be printed as a flocked, fuzzy microfiber mat, the plush kind of like luxury mat, and I knew that maybe some of that softness or like the lack of contrast would maybe not translate that well to something like that, giving the surface.
I mean,
So I wanted to like really enhance the contrast.
The way that you put thought into your composition and all the different aspects, whether it's the printing and what it's being printed on, and you're thinking about like what colors look right, and you have so much experience at this point about like, well, I know it's going to look this way when it's printed, and it looks different.
Sure.
Like, because every time I see a drawing like this, I'm like, wow, this looks awesome, and then I get it in hand, I'm like, oh my god, it looks even better in person.
And thanks for saying that. Yeah, I think that's like you got to be in love with as an artist. Sometimes you don't always have to be, but I was just talking to Snowball today, and he got some really nice pencils, and there is like a love of the materialism, a materialist or being in love with the process of art making. And one thing I know, this is something it means nothing to you guys, but it's a cool thing like inside baseball with the art printing, with the sublimation process, the way green and blue take, they for whatever reason, green and blue, whatever chemicals are in that dye, they sublimate differently. So it's actually really hard to do the green and blue on a flat mat, one of like the unstitch, like the extended border or the black stitch.
Yeah,
they actually have a very difficult. The mat will wrinkle, whereas so yeah, but that one actually has a metallic sheen on it because that made it work better. So I charge the same price, but I actually had to switch the treatment because if I do like the matte finish on blues, it will wrinkle. And it's something that like my printers told me, they're like, be careful with these blues on certain things like that. So I knew I could really lean into this like aqua blue I really wanted to do for the original Keenan, but I wasn't able to do just because the first proofs they sent me wrinkled. And I knew, I was like, I can finally use this color I wanted to use, which was the original color I kind of had in mind.
I will say
but
also
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Like shout out for the fuzzy playmats, man. Our Crombat ones, the staff Crombat ones, are fuzzy, and I just like can't put it down. I love that mat. That thing's so nice.
And there's no other gold saber-tooth mat that has those colors on it.
Yeah,
at
that's
least right now.
true.
I mean, like just
no.
It's totally one off.
I had so much fun doing that for you guys. That was so cool.
Before we started recording just now, you were previewing the Amulet Titan mat.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it.
It's sick,
but dude, it's so cool. It's really, very cool.
It's so dumb, but it's so cool. It's definitely one that plays off of my love of like parody. You know what I mean? So definitely doing a really good parody. So what I'm going to start with, how it's going to go is like this. I will have Italian textured foil, which I've never done. I'll have big flips and then I'll be like a really kind of cool like construction yellow with like a really like neon yellow with like orange and green. It's like a hunter green. It's very cool. And then I'm doing like this big flips one will be fuzzy. I'm doing what they call extended art, which means it's kind of cool. So if my printer uses a white stitching instead of a black stitching and they do the sublimation, I can extend the artwork out and then the printing will go onto the stitching. And I was like, oh, it's like extended art. So I could do that. So certain mats have been playing with it and I'm really been working on it. So I'm doing like an extended art of the T&K mat in like hot pink. I'm using a lot of like neon colors. This one's fun, like aqua pink, and then I'm doing like a really cool like icy blue metallic, using a metallic foiling for the Urza mat, and I'm adding a lot more staples to the Urza mat. I'm adding one criticism of that mat was people were like, it doesn't have all the staples, and it's not for everybody, but sometimes it's fun to add them. I know the Arkham Dagston mat had all the staples, so it's fun to kind of play with that. So I'm adding some of the more staples of the deck. And that Urza one was an early one. It was an early drop. It was pre-Etsy. I did 100. It was all for the Urza Discord, and then they don't exist. So people always ask about it, and I don't have it. So I wanted a chance to reprint it.
I feel like for an Arkham Dagston mat, you could just made up a bunch of card names, and people would be like, "Yeah, that checks out." Like
we did Arkham Dagston mat.
Yeah, that one.
Your boy, your locals got one. Tyler's got one.
Yeah, I know.
I
he does.
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet either.
It's very cool. It's a good drawing.
I will say
It's a deck I don't know anything about, but it's a cool drawing.
when you talk about foil mats and stuff, I back before I knew who you were and before I played cEDH and stuff, I played just Magic, and I was like, oh, I have plenty of Ultra Pro play mats around, and all different kinds of treatments, and some are stitched, some are just plain. And I got a foil one. I was like, oh, I bet like a foil mat would look sick. And it literally looks like there's like tiny little sequins glued on it, and it like doesn't look good. But when I heard that you did foil mats, I was like, I've seen foil mats before. I'm like, I don't really like the way that looks. And then I saw one in person, and I was like, oh, that does not look like the Ultra Pro foil mats. Like it's totally different. So
I think it's just a cost analysis thing for them.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, but also they don't need to print in the quality that you do. They don't need the premium product. Like they print cheap, and like they have their artwork and stuff that they license and whatever, and they sell them for $25 and they make $22 in profit. Like it's or whatever, and that's not how you operate. So I've just been totally impressed by all these mats, and we're just looking forward to the next Kickstarter.
Thanks. Well, one of the coolest things about the Kickstarter, I think, was something that kind of grew organically out of the last one, and I really wanted this to be emphasis. So we're starting out with the 4 reprints plus Amulet Titan, and then week 1 I'm going to draw the Eldrazi mat 5, and then from there on out, if you're a backer, Austin, you get to vote on whatever the next mat is, and each week we'll just be like, the will of the people, like the next 4 mats or whatever you guys want.
That's
like,
sick.
If all the Godo guys join the thing, it's like Godo, like whatever it is, like it'll be anything. It'll be like the Maelstrom Wanderer. Like it's cool, and I'm open to that. I love that, like just getting people to hop on, and it'll be fun. Like get like everyone from like I don't know the TIM Discord to join, and then be like, no, we'll get another TIM.
We need to send the entirety of the Critical EDH Discord to vote for Standstill as a playmat. I just want to stand. Yeah, just give me a Standstill playmat, dude. I just want that so bad.
Give the people what they want.
I think like an Obliterate playmat.
Oh, or a Yokel Hops, dude.
I love me a Yokel Hop.
So let me get this straight. You've got the Amulet Titan and Eldrazi one. Those are both new, and then you've got 4 that are just like up in the air. You don't know what they are yet.
10 total. Yeah. 4 awesome. Reprints, 2 non-cEDH ones, Amulet Titan and Eldrazi, and then 4 people are going to vote on. Nice. It'll be 10 mats total.
Nice.
And I just, it'd be really cool. And then I was talking it over, Chen doesn't even know this, or Cal, I'm going to just say it, but I was talking over with Gamer Mats, and they were like, we could do something really premium too if you'd like some of the first couple backers or something, or people back at a certain level, they have their people that hand applicate the foiling like they did like the lightning bolt on that like one mat, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They have guys who can do that. It's pretty expensive because you have like hand pay a guy to like use a cricket and apply it or something from Mythic Gaming, but he's got a hookup, and I was like, man, I wonder if I put like a little like foil paw print on the corner or something with like this a foil stick. Nothing too gaudy, but just something classy. But it'd be fun. It'd be unique, and maybe just do it on like the first 100 backers. I don't know, something cool.
Are you serializing all these?
I'll figure it out. What?
Are you serializing the playmats too, or?
I don't know. It depends how many. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Well, I guess that's to be determined.
For the right amount of money, I'll do anything, man.
All right. Well, we'll have the link to the second Kickstarter in the description. So go check that out. I think that's launching.
And Logan, we'll give you. I'll have Cal and Chen. Oh, sorry to talk over you. I'm really sorry. I'm on a delay, so sometimes it happens.
We're on a delay too.
If you're listening and you think I'm being rude, I am rude, but I'm also on a delay, so I end up talking over you guys a lot. So I'll like give it a beat. But what I want to say is I will give you guys, the Critical guys, a code. So we know how much people are generating coming through Critical, and we'll talk it out. But I'd like to get back to you guys for doing this. So we'll give you guys a code. So
hell yeah,
nice.
When is it launching? Is it launch? So we release on Wednesdays.
When the people are watching this, it'll be live.
Oh,
okay,
sweet.
nice.
Perfect. Alrighty.
24th.
Austin mentioned this earlier. We've got back-to-back local tournaments this weekend.
Yeah. So we have a 1K on Saturday and then a dual land tournament on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a
Is this
whole
at
lot
level
to say.
7?
So we have an Enchanted Grounds on Saturday and then level 7s on Sunday. Yeah. I'm stoked on it.
Yeah,
I mean, this is like back-to-back. They should be silvers, maybe golds. I don't know.
I think the level 7 will probably be a gold. The enchanted will probably be a silver.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that both stores are starting off the season right. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Hopefully we'll have some good results.
I wonder if I'm bringing
do you guys
Gwenum or
gonna
not. I think I might play Gwenum in one of them.
You should play
Why
Gwen in
not?
the
What
bigger one.
is your reservation about it?
If I'm playing Cookout, like if I'm going to the Cookout and Fishbowl, I should probably get more reps onto TNT as much as I can. The deck feels incredible right now to me. I think I have like a few flex slots, but if I'm just like jamming like no brain on Sunday and just like let's play Gwenum, that deck does it very well where I don't have to think very hard.
Yeah, Sunday I was like sitting and feeding Calvin, and I'm looking at the text in the Discord, and like people are like, "Dude, Austin, like you turned 2'd again," and I'm like, "What do you mean? Like is this on a video or something?" They're like, "No, he's playing the league and he just turned 2."
Yeah, dude.
Wait, so tell me, you've turned 2. What is it? So having played it, and for people listening, what is it that we know Gwenum is like, the Bolas commander, but which way are you building it? Are you protecting her or are you just jamming?
I am putting it into play on turn 1 and winning on turn 2.
Turn 1, she's 5 to cast?
She's 5 to cast. Here's the thing: is that the deck mulligans incredibly easy, right? Because there's actually a lot of cards in your mulligans that you actively don't want in your hand, like you want them in the deck.
Right.
And so like
I kind of like shit like that.
like mulliganing to like 4 is like fine. Like you feel so good because all you're looking for is like a shield sphere, a culling, the weak, and a land, right? Like that's all you're looking for is some random things to make 5 mana on turn 1. And like the amount of like just LED Ancient Tomb does not matter.
You pray and clench that no one has removal.
Yeah.
And then you go, all right, here's me swinging on turn 2.
And then like I have yet to swing with it and not been able to convert that into a win, whether that be like a stopped attempt or something along those lines.
But it's always an attempt.
But it is always like legitimately I end that turn with 20 cards on the battlefield with a real threat on the battle. Like it's really fun. It's so much fun. It also gets to run Doomsday, and that's so fun, dude. Oh, Doomsday. Yeah. Today, I mean, now is the right time, right? Like, if you can do a consistent turn 2 or turn 3, yeah. I mean, absolutely.
We can talk about that too at some point, but it's it doesn't benefit anyone to pay table police. You know what I mean? It doesn't. And then you're in this weird position where you're like, if I stop this person, the next person's just going to win. But you're like, what do you do? Just not stop them. We were in a game the other day where someone like just cast Nas on turn 2 and someone had the Swan Song and they're like, I don't want to counter it. I'm like, you don't want to counter it? And they're just like, they had like such like turbo fatigue. They're like, I don't know. I just feel like the next person. I'm like, probably, but they're definitely going to win it. And I was like, what's the counter spell? Is it Pact? Is it Flare? And they're like, Swan Song. I was like, you fucking counter that shit, dude.
I mean,
But I do think that's a sign of where people are feeling at the moment.
I cut Trap and OBM from farm, and it feels great.
Yeah.
Feels correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. I think that like to get out of that situation as that player, like they have to actively just be like, hey man, I can stop you, but like if you just like value Nas for 7 cards, like I'll accept that, like that's okay, right? But you can't. He's like, I can stop you, but then I just lose to the next person, right? I think I heard Jordan Drake talking about this, like playing TNT into a pod with 2 turbo players, and you just like have to tell them like, hey, if you push, the other one's winning, like 100%, right? And you have to like. What do you think?
I'm glad we're having this conversation now. What is your? Yeah. So what? So your answer is to just kind of like reason with them out of pushing, just be like. That's interesting. I think I intuitively did that because I really want to know the answer. Even when I went to play in Denver the last time, I showed up to Denver, to come hang out with you guys, and I was like, oh, it's just gonna be everyone's be copying because we were having fun, but everyone's just copying Smothering Tides and all as well in the world. And, like we're having a good ass time. But then I showed up to the tournament, and right away it was just like turn 2, someone puts like a turn 2, someone puts a defense crit on the stack, and the blue farm player's like, I'm not going to counter this unless everyone agrees to a draw. At like the locals, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that's
pretty
crazy.
Like, and then when I got to your tournament though, I countered that 3 times where someone jammed and someone else was like, "I'm not countering it unless you guys agree to a draw," and I was like, "Whoa, this is really interesting." I think we've moved a little bit away from that attitude, but I think sometimes just like not casting a spell, but we're back to like having a conversation where I had a silence and I would just heads up about it. I was like, I told the Zuladoc player, I was like, I will let you cascade once, but if you pop off, I'm like, you're dead. How are you gonna stop a silence? And then
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And don't you want me to have the silence for like the blue farm turn? And they're like, yeah, okay. And I think that was what you said was a good way to be like, Nos for 7 cards, refill your hand, and move on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's a better way than just being like. And I think sometimes it's easier to have those kind of things when you're playing in like a spell, like a content game, or like, because no one wants to draw in a content game, or like
for sure.
Even the league games. We were in the league game the other night, Logan. Remember? I don't think you were spectating, and I was in the game, and the person was like, I'm just gonna like eat the cards out of your graveyard unless you agree to a draw. And I was like, no chance. Like I would. No,
okay.
Like
no,
okay,
not
you
happening.
could spy play, but
yeah.
That's never happening. Like I would rather die than let that happen.
I do think that like if you are playing like a control-y version or a mid-range deck, like that is how you get out of those like double turbo pods, is like you literally threaten being like, I will stop you, and the other turbo player will win if you go for it right now, right? And like you have to slow them.
Go for it.
Yeah. You have to like slow them down so they're like, hey, you need to find protection for your win, and that will let me start my plan, right? And if it doesn't work, then you let them throw the game, right? You counterspell it and let the other turbo player win. They need to learn their lesson, unfortunately.
I think that's good advice. I really do think that is good advice.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the thread of the needle with like cards, and I think this is true with all of Magic. Cards that are just like, and I know what Logan's saying when he's like he's cut MBT or something, and I get
MBT
cutting
and
MBT
OBM.
or like OBM or something like that, because I get it. I'm memeing on you a little bit, but what I understand is that like I only want protection spells that can be proactive and reactive, which is why I like Orm's Chant like better than like Dispel or something.
Well, that's what I cut.
Orm's Chant
know what I
is
mean?
so good.
That's what I
Orm's
cut.
Chant is so good right now.
That's what I cut at MBT 4.
Was Orm's Chant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and another
Orm's Chant
card,
is just a
oddly,
phenomenal card.
And if you look at it right and you know what your game plan is, like even a card like Touch the Spirit Realm gets better, where it's like, this is an actual way, another way that really stops like Abolisher or Breach in a really kind of tricky way and hard to interact with way, a sticky way. And sometimes when I need to go for it and I need to just like blink out someone's stacks piece and go for it, this also helps me out. So
Yeah,
I think that like,
I listened to you.
It's a cool card.
I listened to your conversation with That's a Good Card, talking about Philia.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that
That was
that
a fun
whole podcast was really interesting, and like the mindset of like a card that looks like it's only beneficial to like blink your own stuff and, get value and all these things. But in reality, like the best part of that card is to blink a Ristic Study before you jam, right?
Right. Dude, that's easily the best part about that card, because like, yeah, you do not want to just, no one wants to be the chud that like feeds the Ristic. Well, I was at that tournament in Wilkes-Barre and I felt really bad because even though it was my buddy who won, he was like, I won that game, but I had no business winning. Someone just like was just like, fuck it, I'm wheeling into your tithe. And he's like, okay. He's like, I won, but it didn't. Yeah, no, even then he was like, I don't know, dude. He's like, the whole table's like, please don't. Like, I think this is my only window. Yeah,
I mean, like I was saying, I was playing Gwenum in the league, and like there was 2 draw engines on other people's boards, and they were like, please don't send it. And I was like, nah, man, like this deck causes problems. Like I'm just going for it. And like I fed both of them and I ended up getting a draw out of it because I was like, but I had no opportunity of winning that game in reality, right? Like
you brought up another interesting point, and I think this is something worth talking about, where it's like I've relearned the problem of the Jessica Ishai problem, the murder bird problem, and it's a heuristic that I need to remember. I was like kind of cold on it because lately I'm like, the heuristic is that, the other two, any player who's not jamming is your ally, Every player who's not jamming, every player who's not threatening is your ally at the moment. It's always like a shifting 3v1,
Yeah.
And like when it's like, Logan, we're in that game and Bad Dog cheats out the Villas, we're a unified front against him. It's you, me, yeah, we're together. It's like I'm not priority bullying anyone. I'm like, no, we're just gonna die. This is not time to be cheeky. Like, there's no like rules lawyering with what I'm saying. Like, we will die. Like, this is bad. But to that point, I felt like no one's paying interaction. No, everyone's jamming. Everyone's greeting out. I'm in a pod with 2 semi-blue decks that are like, I don't have a counterspell, but I have Call Forth the Tempest. I was like, okay, thank you. I was like, all right, yeah, I can't wait for that. So like, like I have an answer, but you're not gonna like it. It's casting Apex Devastator with. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna like that. So
I have double Tidespell Tyrant. That's all I got. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, then you find yourself in this weird position where it's like, but it also. So I was on this thing. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna bring Jessica and make everyone pay, and it was sweet. I gotta say, it did feel good to just.
Oh yeah,
like,
you played Team J, right?
Kinnan,
You played Tim and Jessica.
I'm like, I'll kill Kinnan, I'll kill the Bowmaster, I'll kill your Oppo. I was like, oh, and then I'm gonna kill the Timna's gone. Sorry, she's dead. And then I'm just like going around just killing everything. But there is a risk to just like putting everyone in the dirt, and then it makes you have to be the person to deal with the person who jams. Like, if you take away Kinnan, I realized 2 games where I neutered Kinnan, it felt good, but I actually did need the Kinnan to help me. Well, both times you're like, well, if I had mana, I could have interacted here. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, you're on my team right now. And I just like but then again, it's dangerous because that Kinnan also could have won if they had the resources. It's like,
I had a
really tricky game.
I had a really weird situation in the last top 4 of locals that I was in last weekend where
humble flex.
Yeah, I mean, I was first seed, but I mulled down to 3, and it was
humble
like
flex,
land, Simeon, and E-Tutor. I drew a land for turn, so I was like, okay, this is turn 2 study. So I played turn 2 study. No one played anything on turn 2, or they didn't play like draw engine or anything. I drew a few more cards. The cards I drew were Force of Negation and Pyroblast. And then on turn 4, the other T and K player went to play study. I Force of Negation did because it's coming around to my turn. And then the other
you Force of Neg the study?
Yeah, his study, because I was so behind in cards.
What did you pitch?
He had everything. I had like Snapback or something. And then TNT went to play study, and I red blasted it or pyro blasted it. And I was like, okay, well, I have a study, and now I have cards, and they don't have anything. So I was chilling most of the game, but that does like put you in a weird position because I was like, that's not something I would normally do.
Right, it's very un-Logan. Usually, like, I got a Ristic, I don't give a fuck if anyone has Ristic.
But if I draw those cards, like, and the next thing you're playing is a blue card that's like, oh, you're already ahead of me. I like mulled down to like really low.
Yeah, for sure.
What am I supposed to do? And I just didn't, because like the next deck over was Timna Dargo, and I'm like, they're not going to play anything that I want to force a negation or pyroblast.
Yeah, it's not getting. There's moments too where you're like, it's easy to acknowledge that sometimes when your opponent when it's like the misstep isn't getting any better. But I think assessing that, like, when is this reb getting any better, and am I really going to be using a reb to defend what I'm doing at this point? And I think unless you feel like the reb is really, what's going to help you defend your piece, I think it's okay to, like, especially if you're the one drawing cards.
Yeah,
you can be a little more liberal with resources. I think this is interesting to hear your tune change about this, because I know before you have had like a more laissez-faire attitude about being like, draw engines aren't the problem. But I do think it's wise to identify like when to switch that up, when you're kind of like the beat down in a way.
I think most of the time I'm still like fine with it, because it's just I don't see it's not a good idea to waste resources on that. But I felt so
Logan, why
behind.
did you force my Dranith then?
Your Dranith? Did I do that?
Last time we played, dude, you're like, I have to force this. You just like you just like forced my Dranith. Like
I'm pretty sure I had full like breach combo in my hand.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Checks out.
I don't think that you're gonna run interaction for what I'm doing, and everyone
You were
else
like,
holds
this
low,
seems
so
weird,
it's
but I'm
kinda
just gonna
like-
force him with the Dranith right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait. The other two
very
players
not like
weren't just
you.
like immediate red flags. Like
They're like,
wait. We need to protect the drain.
I was like, help out this Dranith, guys. And they're like, no, I really want to. They're like, no, I need to cast Crom.
yeah. Hey, I don't know. I mean,
That's funny.
playing a different deck and playing a different style is definitely making me take a different look at some certain plays, and I definitely have my like proclivities and tendencies on how I like to play, but sometimes given different tools, you have to make different decisions.
Yeah,
So,
I will say traditionally, I'm still in the camp of like letting these draw engines resolve, mainly just because in TNT, I think my first tutor is always Smothering Tithe.
yeah.
And it feels so incredible in that deck right now that I'm just like, I do not care how many cards you guys have.
I hate to say that TNT is the better Tithe deck than Farm most of the time.
I think it is, yeah.
It's
Well,
kind
I
of
think
annoying.
it's kind of like the Tivit issue. It's like it really puts it in kind of stark relief when they're just like treasures or clues, and you really have to identify. You're like, what does my opponent need right now? It seems to me like they've got the cards, but they don't have the mana under them, or they have the mana. You know what I mean? Like, where am I?
Yeah.
Where am I thinking this? And I think that's when I look at Blue Farm, I'm kind of always looking at Blue Farm and that like Tivit, evidence or bribery. I'm always thinking like, what do they need right now? Like, are they choked on? Because sometimes like you're against a deck that's just valuing out and they've got all the cards, but they're like missed a land drop, and it's like, okay, I don't care about their engine. Like, they'll dig out of this, but like
If a Blue
right
Farm
now
player
they're
ever
choked.
says, "Bro, I missed a land drop to you," that means they're winning the game.
That means their hand is gas.
Yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course.
So just keep them off their resources, or just like
Yeah.
that's when like something like the Calling the Weak is the choke point or something.
Yeah.
We have a local player and friend of the channel, Jay, that like when he's playing Farm, he's just like, oh, I don't have anything for this. And I was like, that's worse, dude. that means you have so many win lines in your hand right now.
Jay and I were in that same tournament that I was just talking about. We're sitting next to each other, and he knows that I cut OBM from the deck, but the Itali player
I
was like
love this
really
story.
going off, and the Itali player is just like, ugh. And he's like going off, and I said, Jay, I know you have a tutor. Why don't you just tutor for OBM? And Jay's like, I don't know, Logan. Why don't you tutor for OBM? And I was like, I don't know, Jay. The same reason that you're not tutoring for it. And the Itali player is like, oh my god, it's in their hands. Like, and meanwhile, it's not in either of our decks. So it's just funny.
It's great.
Yeah, you might consider running Time Civ in your deck, honestly. With how much you value Tithe,
Tithe is incredible.
I think Time
I'm gonna
Civ
tell you
is
guys
an underplayed
something.
card.
I think all of the extra turn spells are underplayed. Even Final Fortune, even like the best one, which is played
Yeah.
everywhere, is underplayed. I'm just telling you, like, especially when you don't have to act. You don't have to. The Tithe. I'll slow down. The Time Civ is it it's not sorcerer speed, correct?
No,
No.
well,
There you
it's a artifact, right? But like you can
No, I
activate
mean, but
whenever.
it doesn't say you don't know. But there are artifacts is like you can only activate this ability at sorcerer speed, and it's not.
Correct. Yeah, no. It's
So what I think is really interesting is like there's so many times where like you need to force your window, and force your window means sniping a turn, which is why like I like Chance for Glory over Last Chance.
Yeah.
If I'm not in a deck that has lots of flash enablers, like I want to be able to instant speed. Like there's a turn where like everyone exhausts their resources stopping someone, and I'm not going to get another turn.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless I do it this right window where like the player who could stop me had to discard the hand size, goes to the next player's turn. That person's untapped, but that's like Lumra. I'm like, this is my chance.
Right.
Because if I get back to Blue Farm's turn, you know, like I know that Blue Farm has used their 3 free counter spells, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, now is my window. Like, because if now they're going to untap with shit, I'm not going to get a turn.
It's that feeling of like, yeah, it's going around and like I need a turn right now. I don't need it after the Blue Farm's turn, because if as soon as it gets past the Blue Farm's turn or into their turn, it's like, well, the whole cycle's reset. Like everything's started over again.
Yeah, for sure.
We're all up against the wall again.
You need to be able to like break that turn order parity somehow, right?
Especially
and,
like Mardu, that like you need that way to break through that sorcery speed wall, basically.
Well, I agree with you, and I do think that is one of the things. It's like I don't want to like just like, you know, mauled and kvetch about like a format that like I have some agency in. Like if everyone like complains about turn order, and like I do too, like it doesn't get back to my turn. Guess what? I'm not always going to go first. Like I played Raku the other day. I played 3 games. I went fourth, first. Tell me what my record was.
2-1.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was 2-1-0. Like I won the games I went first, and I lost the game I went fourth. Like, yeah, it'll shake out and variance occurs, but I think that you have to have a way to just have some consideration of it. Like, just like have like one or like, you know, just think of it as like your sideboard is in your main board. Like it's okay to have like something that can like break through and give you a little more agency in the turn order thing. Because sometimes the turn order god will smile upon you, but rarely, you know, does the dildo of 4th seed come lose. All right, man. And I'm telling you, like, it'll happen sometimes. You're gonna sit down and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm 4th again." Like it happened. Logan's happened to us before. We're just like this.
I've said this on this podcast that like at the Open at Pittsburgh in the Open, I think 6 of my 8 games I was 3rd seed.
But yeah, okay, you know what?
And it's like that's rough, dude. It's really rough.
That's rough sledding, dude. Rough sledding,
4th
man.
seat sucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but like you go 1 turn, you're 4th seat, you can handle 1 turn, and then it's like turn 2 is kind of maybe almost worse. Okay, but you know what's really good? Going 4th twice in a row, in like taking back-to-back turns, right? So I'm just saying, you know, like the extra turn spells are not bad, especially the ones that don't kill you.
I will say, like, kind of harping back to an older conversation we had, Carpet of Flowers has felt very good in 4th seed still. Like, I think I am a big fan of Carpet of Flowers right now.
Interesting. I'm very cold on it. Why do you so high on it?
I think with like the increase of Thrasios decks, like they are just kind of unintentionally putting more islands into play, and being able to have a 1 mana make 2 mana most of the time has been really good. It also
I'll believe it.
It also, in my specific TNT version, I need ways to convert black and green mana into other colors, and so for like converting a Culling Ritual. Like Culling Ritual into getting Carpet of Flowers into making more extra mana in the next phase has helped really, really a lot, actually.
It's important to know what colors your deck needs. That's good to know.
Yeah. So the deck like, specifically feels like so I can make black and green mana so easily, but I cannot make blue and white mana as easily.
Blue's the hardest mana to make.
Bring me the Blue Spirit Guide.
No,
just give it to us.
Just give it to us.
I don't think they should add cards like that.
We can be trusted.
I don't know. I don't think this is a hot take, but like they should keep.
We're joking.
Color pie kind of where it is. You know, like
I agree.
You can't get blue fast mana.
Here's the thing: is okay. I've had this conversation a little bit. I don't think the Blue Spirit Guide is actually that crazy to give us. It just enables things that Blue already does, which is gives us free counter magic most of the time.
Austin,
No, please.
you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the White Spirit Guide is like way safer to give us first, but
I don't want a free Flusterstorm out of nowhere, dude. I don't want it.
it's fine.
Nobody wants that.
We already have Mindbreak Trap. It's the same thing.
I'm not running that card. We just talked about this.
No, I don't think we'll ever get it.
Dog.
I don't think we'll ever get it, but please let me have it.
We have a little
can't be
bit of
trusted.
recapping to do
I definitely can't.
for our September league.
Yeah, hit
If
me
you're
up. What's
watching
going
this,
on?
if you're watching this on Wednesday, today is your last day to sign up for this month. But don't fear, if you don't make it this month, you have to wait a week, and then you'll be right. And October will be right there, and you'll be able to sign up for that one. And there's
Also-
lots of cool stuff coming for October too.
Yeah, October, like I will say, just like at the beginning of the month is always like so hype. There's just like that's when every room is full, and we've inevitably had to like add a room every time.
We're at 15 rooms right now. So we have a lot of game rooms. Those will fill up. You're right. The beginning of the month is
and
like
Austin,
the time to play.
thanks for picking up the. I want to just give a shout out to Austin, and I just want you guys to know that like whether it's like crit or gold sabertooth, like it's not like crit is not. I know you guys know this, but crit is not. I mean Logan is a lot of work, but like I really appreciate the ways that like Austin really picked up and has helped out when Logan and Emily welcomed their son into the world, and you just like really manned up and stepped up and like helped out with the league, and it's just like, and you've helped out with the channel, and like you're just a real mensch, man. I'm really proud of you, and thanks for helping out your friend, and like because like it's just like you couldn't do this shit alone. Like I do, like I'm able to do the stuff I do because like I have so many of my buddies that just like step up, and you're one of those guys that really stepped up for your homie when he needed you. So
I appreciate
proud of
it.
you, dude.
There's so many times that people are asking me
dude.
about something, and I'm like, you should talk to Austin. And then Austin's like, I took care of it.
I appreciate it. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like it, right? Like I enjoy doing the league stuff. I enjoy doing this channel. I enjoy like so much, right? Like I enjoy talking about Magic, if that's not apparent. So
Yeah.
Yeah, same, dude. I just Logan behind the curtain. Logan and I just like call each other and talk about Magic cards. Like
Tim calls me and he's like,
Loser.
hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm like, good. He's like, okay, now that's out of the way. What do you think about this card? All right.
So did Logan talk to you about Cabal Therapist right when we started looking at it, or what?
oh yeah, well I watched the interview with Zach. So
I was talking to Tim about the card before the interview.
You were, yeah. Card's cool. I mean, I agree. I think it's a very cool card. I totally agree.
Tim's my sounding board.
I think when it was spoiled, it was very hyped. I don't know if you guys know that, but it was
No,
like,
I wasn't.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. But that was like one of the first cards. I mean, the art is. You could tell that they thought it was going to be a marquee card, given like how much what they put that Chase Stone art.
No.
Sometimes it's like a tell when the art goes so crazy.
Yeah. Now the most expensive version of the card is 67 cents on PC Player.
But yeah, back to the league. First of all, I do appreciate it. Like I really do. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean it, dude. I was touched when I saw like you stepped up, man. That was awesome.
yeah, thank you. Honestly, like I can't say that enough. Back to the league. We broke top deck today.
People were trying to put pods together on top deck, and they're like, hey, it seems like we can add 3 players, but as soon as we try to join the 4th player, nothing works. And we're like, okay. And they're like, yeah. So we talked to top deck, and they're like, yeah, this is kind of strange. I think we might be at the limit of what the database can handle, like how many games we can track. So apparently that limit was around 2,000 games.
Yeah, which I think that it is 2,000. It says like 1965, but like there's been games that have been
like canceled
or deleted or added in.
Yeah. So at time of recording, we're at 1965 games, 1,965 games as of today. It's 85 games a day, 457 members.
Yeah.
And obviously we have partners in Snowball, Hire and Fishbowl, Cardboard Cookbook, Land Go Invitational, and Doot Loot, not to say the least. And again, if you want to, we love Doot. If you want to sign up, do so today, and that's just for this month. But if you miss out on that sign up, then just wait till October 1st, and you can get in and get all the pricing and stuff for that for that month. So that's our quick little league update.
Hell yeah.
Other than us breaking top deck, or no changes, I suppose.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations on breaking top deck.
Not the last time, I'm sure. Austin, you want to read this? Can you see that?
Yeah. So we had a comment on the YouTube video last week. Ooh, actually, my screen just went black. So give me 1 second.
By the way, I do have rosacea, but it's actually there's a red light on my microphone. It's like I look like I'm like burning in the sun.
Sniper.
Super rosacea.
Super. I do have rosacea, but it's like making me redder than usual. It's kind of insane.
Sorry, my screen
Carry
just got
on.
back
Carry
on.
on.
So on the topic of creating a pipeline from 60 card formats to cEDH, I think the best way to do this is by highlighting the decks in our format that pulled from popular archetypes. So Ral equals Ruby Storm, Minstrel plays Amulet Titan, Rocco is like Kiki Cord, and Tivit is basically a white Urza, or Wur Urza. And then basically it was just like, hey, any thoughts on this topic? I think this is really interesting. As our format continues to grow, like this is a pipeline that is something that I think cEDH players need to explore, right? Especially when so many formats are kind of in the dumps right now. And like people are looking to play Magic at a competitive level, right? So like if you guys do know people that play in Modern or Standard or any of these things that might be having their decks banned soon, like bring them here, right? Like they can play VV, they can play Soul Call, like VV Soul Cauldron,
with all the powerful
right?
cards, and we don't have to worry about bans as much.
Yeah.
Nadu.
Yeah. But I think like it's a really good idea of like if you know people or if you see people playing Magic, like seeing what deck they're playing and being like, hey, like there's a cEDH deck that does that, you know, like
Yeah.
And the more archetypes that are opened up in cEDH, which is why I liked Plagon and which I'm liking Lumra and these like Minstrel decks, like it is archetypes that people like playing. It's archetypes that people like playing in other formats, and it's like just come here and play it. And you get to play it in a better way because there's going to be way more powerful cards, right?
We don't have a Reanimator deck.
It's soon, hopefully.
I mean, I guess like it's weird. Reanimator exists in other formats.
I know.
There's just not enough here.
We need Grizzlebrand.
I don't think that's the problem.
You don't think one creature? Well, if you think of a Reanimator deck is really just like it's about tempo, and it's really hard to out. So someone said, Caleb D would say that he had an interesting thing where he's like, yeah, this Black Lotus my opponent cast represented 3 mana, but I reanimated Grizzlebrand. My 1 mana spell was a ritual for 7. And he's like, if you reread reanimate as 1 mana, add 3 colorless and green, white, blue, and black to your mana pool and cast target Atraxa, you would think like that's the craziest ritual of all time. But I think that like just like the cantrips are more powerful in 60 card, it's hard to, but they're less powerful in this because you're trading 1 card for 1 card, and then you're like taking a tempo hit against 2 extra opponents. So I think that's the value of if you think of Reanimator as like a tempo deck as a way to like gain tempo by like cheating stuff out. There are more like resource intensive but higher yield ways to do that, like we're finding in Semi Blue or something.
I see a couple problems with Reanimator right now.
Or maybe Kinnan is the Reanimator deck.
I mean, it kind of. It's not
kind of is.
It's just an animator deck. It's not a reanimator
No,
deck.
you know what I'm saying though. It is the archetype that's cheating in fatties.
Yeah, for sure.
Kinnan and Semi Blue are like, when I think of Reanimator, I think of Reanimator and like Sneak and Show as like kind of like sister decks.
Yeah,
they're both just like fatty decks.
The problem is we don't have enough turns happening, partially. The other thing is it's like too many steps with like little payoff. If you entomb something and then your reanimate gets countered because it's easy to counter, you've done nothing and you don't get it anywhere, right? And then that's the other main problem is that like reanimate is misstepable and swattable and easily counterable. Animate Dead and Dance of the Dead, they just cost more. And Necromancy, they're also sorcery speed.
Exhume is significantly worse in a 4-player game.
Yeah, Necromancy's good, but like it has its own restrictions, and it's also 3 mana. We almost need like a 2 mana creature that reanimates something, even if it's just for a turn.
Yeah,
like. Oh, reanimate target creature, you lose that much life, and then at the end of the turn, sacrifice it or something like that.
Priest of Fellrights. I think more players should just play that card. I think just like, imagine someone just like fairly just like reanimates. It's like, it's cool play pattern in like modern Yawgmoth where you're just like, I'm going to jam Yawgmoth. And they're like, all right, I'll kill it or counter it. And you're like, I'm going to play Soul Cauldron. And they're like, fuck. Then you got your Yawgmoth. I think there's a kind of way to play where it's just like, I'm just going to jam the Abolisher, and you're like, great, we'll counter, I'll pact it. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to unearth Priest of Fellrights, and now it's back. And you're like, fuck.
So this is actually like what you just said about Abolisher is why I'm enjoying TNT so much. Because people just like counter the Grand Abolisher, and then I'm like, all right, sick, here's a Shifting Woodlands, have fun.
Yeah, I agree. Shifting Woodlands is very cool.
It's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting.
I think the other thing that might fix the Reanimator a little bit is if this creature that doesn't exist that I'm talking about, if it were to exile your graveyard, then you reanimate a spell from...
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because then it can't be, like, swatted.
Oh, okay.
You say, like, choose a creature in exiled this way.
Yeah.
Reanimate it.
I mean, you could do it in a way where it says just choose a creature in your graveyard, right?
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't do it that way. But like, instead of saying, well, like, it would have the downside of you exiling your entire graveyard along with it.
I don't think and we can't pull it up right now, but I don't think Superior Spider-Man actually targets.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull it up because I'm
pretty sure it says
I'm away from you guys.
I'm pretty sure it is like just reanimate a creature and then exile that creature after it's been reanimated, basically. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know if it targets or not.
Excuse me.
But my thing is I just don't know if the targets are good enough right now. I think for Reanimator to work.
Is a fine target, and Lord represents kind of a win, right? Like those are fine, and it's not that hard to put things together.
Do you guys want the Oracle on it?
Sure.
The Oracle text is, it's a Superior Spider-Man is 2 in Dimir for legendary creature Spider Human Hero 4/4. It's a rare, and it has Mind Swap, which is you may have Superior Spider-Man enter as a copy of any creature. So it's not like it's like an image or something. Enters as, except his name is Superior Spider-Man, and he's a 4/4 Spider Human Hero, in addition to his other types. When you do, exile that card. See, that's the thing I'm wondering. When they re-enter, I feel like he enters as. So that's why I don't know about that Broodlord thing.
Oh, the Broodlord thing? I don't know. I don't know either, but... Regardless, I do think that Superior Spider-Man has the potential to become the Reanimator deck of our format.
Sure, but it's just...
Wait. Superior Spider-Man, or do you mean Cavero Mindbitten?
That's that's the one. That's the one.
No, I think it looks a little too expensive, and like it still suffers the same steps of you have to get something into your graveyard.
Yeah, you have to entomb something first, right?
And then it's close.
It's close.
But the other problem is we can't run 4 of.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a massive like hurdle. Like we can't run 4 of.
I think people realized like people were really excited for a Reanimator deck, and it was Hashaton. And I think a lot of people accurately identified that it was a trap. You know, very select
who
few
said
people.
That was bad.
There was a select few people that have made it work. You know,
sure.
I think I would shout to. I would say Calvin Moyle, PA player. He's one person I know that actually is like really nice with that deck, but he just plays it as like just Esper tempo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like the ability to like ever so often he's like, oh yeah, I just like high rolled Tivit. In other words, he just plays good Magic cards and wins. You know.
All right, moving on. We've got some questions from our Patreon. We started doing this last week, just pulling some like a little bit more curated kind of direct to the episode questions where we're like, hey, if you want us to talk about something, like we would be happy to talk about it. Ethan Hickle asks, when facing multiple turbo decks as a mid-range player, what's your plan? And does it change from first seat to fourth seat?
What's interesting is we've already kind of talked about this question a little bit.
I think it's something that's on everyone's minds right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I think
on everyone's minds.
all of these like mid-range players are like reeling from losing on turn 2 every game and being like, how the fuck do I stop this, right? And I think like you have to use your words. Like you really have to use your words, and you also have to accept that you can't mulligan for heuristic studies right now anymore, right? Like you have to be
I think you can.
responsible for a little bit first.
No, I think totally the opposite. I think you can play irresponsible mid-range. You just jam every value piece out that you want to jam as quickly as possible.
Yeah. But I like
they're gonna
okay,
feed
Let the
it?
turbo players eat themselves against each other.
yeah, but like you could the answer is or the problem with that is you just lose when
Sometimes.
you tap out with heuristic study.
Sure,
Right.
sometimes,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
I think it's happening to people all the time right now.
Okay, but if you were hard-coded and you feel like you need to play mid-range or that's what you're playing, I don't know that there's really a better option. Yeah, you can use your words and stuff like that, but like when it comes to mulliganing and playing your deck, it's not like, oh, I need to set up for like a turn 3 study. It's like, no, I need to mulligan harder. I need to go for a turn 2 study. I need to go for
Sure.
turn 2 tithe. I need like
Part of
I need to
winning-
be mid-range now, not like a turn from now.
You want to hear my advice?
Yeah.
I think that's good advice, Logan. And I think another point I would say is that maybe just remember that as the mid-range deck, you don't have to be the table police, but finding a way, whether it's what Logan said by mulliganing more aggressively for an early advantage piece, or just finding like a really good disruptive piece early, something that can push the game inevitably into the late game will benefit you, because once the game gets to turn 4 or 5, like you have all the power.
Could be a card
and
like Vexing Bobble, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, who knows? Vexball might set a pick for them or something, but you know what I mean? Vexball could work if you're early in turn order. It's true. And I think that's the way I would think about the game, is just like, because like I feel sometimes that when we talk about the same predicament, we were saying earlier, it's like, what do I do? Just like stop the turbo player and then lose to the blue farm player, and you want that to be the new dilemma. Like, okay, I stopped a Tali, but now we're just going to get cooked by blue farm. The Tali just fed blue farm 9 cards. And now we're going to die. You want to be the new problem, which means like the guy who cleans up. I mean, it is easier to jam first, but it is always better to be the person who jams second.
That's what
It's a
mid-range
good-
is, though. You're hedging your bet.
Yeah.
Your bets against, like, oh, there's an Atali, but I'm going to deploy a draw engine before the Atali jams anything. And then hopefully I have a silence or something that can stop Atali and then untap with more advantage.
Yeah. I also
I'd
think
max
that
on
like
silence effects.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Orange Chant.
Orm Chant's so good right now.
Even
Like,
Revel in silence if you can play it.
Yeah. Right now, I think like if you were
It's not
playing
the worst.
white and you're playing mid-range, like you need to be playing some of these silence effects.
Yeah, and if
like,
you're playing wrong side and you're playing mid-range, you need to be on shit like Commandeer. Because you need those free spells to be like, No. Your turn 1 Necro is my turn 1 Necro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then make them defend it.
But I also think I've actually had this conversation with Tim like offline, right? Is that if you're the mid-range deck, like you need to be able to get to that plan, right? Like you need to force the game there. And like sometimes just mulliganing aggressively for a heuristic study like just doesn't get you there, right? Like like you need to be more responsible and like accept that like your not great value engine is going to be better than the turbo deck's like non-existent value engines, right?
Yeah.
And so like I think like being able to convince the 2 turbo players that they can't jam because they will throw the other game to the other turbo player, and then you rely on Fairy Mastermind and Timna versus finding a heuristic study. like is good enough.
I think this can work in Swiss and with your average player, but once you hit a certain caliber of player, this is going to stop working.
I think that's I mean, like that's definitely possible, but I think
the bar is pretty high. Like I think you'd have to hit like a top 80 player maybe or something like
Not
that.
going to work on dude.
No, it's not going to work on Jay, like our local. Like,
yeah, but
he's
also
just
like
he's like, okay. Like,
in the top 16 games and top 4 games, right? Like people are not as turbo inclined because people start getting scared about losing, right? And like, I mean, like that's like
a couple months ago, I agree with you. I don't know, man. I don't know. At least the locals, like, I wanted to go home. I was like, I wanted to, maybe that's personal reasons, right? But like, then I'm just mulliganing for like, how do I get myself into a win as quickly as possible? And I'm like, I should just be
I
doing
think
this
more
anyway.
cH players should be mulliganing like that anyway.
Yeah,
you don't see that many cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't have that many turns, and you
and
really
tutors just fix
have
that problem.
You just tutors are great, but I agree. Black is excellent right now. I think because you really want to have ways to adapt to the texture of the game, and Black allows you to do that in really the most efficient way in all of Magic. And especially when we're in a 100-card singleton vintage, you need tutors. I really like Black for that reason. Or it's why I like Rocco, because Rocco is a tutor in the command zone. So I always have access to a tutor. Although I'm playing it pretty proactively. And my tutor is just a combo assembler. If you think about it, like if you make every card combo with whatever Rocco gets, then everything is a Glinthorn Buccaneer. And that's a pretty cool way to build your deck. But the one thing I think that I want to start thinking about, and maybe I haven't articulated this until now, and this conversation kind of got me there, is one of the reasons I had a lot of success with Marnius early on was I was like, I need to find a way where by me providing the answers, I'm advancing myself in this game. And that was like a really tricky thing to find. And that's why I really settled on Amphibia Downpour early on. I was like, okay, it was a time when I kind of came on strong with that deck. The top 2 decks were Sisse and Kinnan.
Right.
They were. You know what I mean? Sisse and Kinnan were everywhere. And nobody was doing anything about it. You were just like getting Kinnan into the sun and just like Sisse'd all day. At least I was in the Northeast. It was just, and I was just like, no one's playing sweepers. We were in a game I've probably said this a million times, but we're in a game where we let the Blue Farm player tutor, and a player just had a heads up like food chain combo on the board, and if they untap, they win. And we just like cast the Vamp tutor and just like laid his deck out on the table, and there was no answer because he'd put into the Flood Maw under a Chrome Mox. There was nothing. We're like, nothing? He's like, no. I cut everything.
No.
We were like, whoa. We were like, you're not on Deluge? He's like, nothing, dude. I have nothing. It was like such a weird moment. He's like, I cut Chain or something. It was like these like weird things. Or maybe Chain was under the Chrome Mox and he cut Flood Maw. I can't remember, but there was like no answers. And then I was like, okay, I need to I went to my next tournament. I was like a diner, like this like Greek diner in Buffalo, New York and I like put Marnius together like in the placemat. In fact, my first version of it, I was playing Mana Drain only because I thought my Mana Drain was a transmute and put it in the deck, caught it just before the game, and had to change it on Moxfield because the arts are so similar.
Oh my God.
And they're both from Legend. They're both like old cards, like Antique Legends. And I was like, fuck, this isn't a transmute. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, it's a Mana Drain? So I like changed my deck list, put a Mana Drain in. Or vice versa. It was like, I thought I had I'm pretty sure I put a Mana Drain because I thought it was a transmute. And then I put the deck together and I was just like, I'm going to play Psych Rift and make myself the good guy with Psych Rift. That was like, there were so many games where I'm like, I have an answer, but it's Psych Rift. And then I would rift everybody and then they would redeploy their boards into my Ristic study and I'd win. And that was just kind of how I was winning. Or I was like, I got an answer, but it's Amphibian Downpour. And like, yeah, you either die right now to Sisse or you let me draw 9 cards. There's really no other way around it, And I feel like that was like, and everyone takes the 9 cards over dying.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of Magic I was playing in the beginning, and I ripped off like 4 really impressive runs and like several big tournament wins, and it was, but the format changed. You know what I mean?
But
like I wonder,
that's
like
exactly
what is the deck or the
You're-
strategy for the moment where you want to find something that is a roadblock for the turbo decks, and then that punishes the
Semi-blue and mid-farm and mid-range.
semi-blue and mid-farm decks in a way that advances you. I don't know what that is yet, but if
Mm-hmm.
you figure that out, comment below and we'll save
In the
magic.
most
It's
general
unbanning Nadu,
sense.
correct?
In the most general sense, Tim, you've got it exactly right. You were reading the situation as it was at the time, and you're saying, this is what mid-range means right now. This is what turbo is right now. And I think that those goalposts are changing right now.
Always.
So
Constantly.
yeah, and constantly. So yeah, we can talk about mid-range, but it's not mid-range of a month ago or 2 months ago or 4 months ago. What mid-range is right now, I think it looks very different than what people are willing to accept.
Yeah, I agree.
I think people should be playing cards like Sylvan Library to try to go under or try to get to mid-range.
To go, yeah. I mean, I agree.
I mean, like, it's not a good card, right? Like, it's not what we like. Like, we like cards like Necro and stuff like that. But if you're maybe not in those colors, or if you even are, maybe Sylvan Library is just like, oh, well, I have Land Lotus Petal Library. Like, that's pretty powerful for turn 1.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, it's not a great option, but it is an option. And then it kind of leads you to like, well, here's another green card. Like, should we be considering like burgeoning or like exploration to help us accrue those resources early? And while this is not a tacit suggestion of like, those are the, solutions to this
Right.
problem.
These aren't the solutions, but these are, I
Like,
know what you're saying.
These are
examples.
We should be thinking about again, because like these 1 and 2 mana pieces, like, is that what our mid range is now? We're out of 3 and 4. Like, study is too slow, potentially.
Sometimes, yeah.
Right? And like,
Right.
I'm not saying cut study, but like sometimes you can't do a turn 2 study.
Right.
So like, what is my turn 2 option then? If I have like land, vamp, what do I do?
I just put back a hand recently where I was just like, all this hand does is turn 2 Necro, and I don't feel like it's good enough. Going forth.
Yeah.
I was just like, I
going
don't
forth
think it's
for
good
sure.
enough.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think I get there. And then I have to run through 2 blue farms in a kin, and I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. I do think the other part of the question is really interesting, though. Like, how does your mentality change from first to fourth seat as well? And for me, I'm playing incredibly greedy in first and fourth seat, and variations of less greedy in second and third.
Interesting. I'm
Why don't you just greed out, man, all the time?
I'm greed maxing.
Yeah. I think that, like, specifically in TNT right now, like, I am looking for a turbo hand until I see my like 5th mulligan, or like going into 5, and then I'm like, okay, I should probably start finding a draw engine here.
I think in most decks you should have that plan of like, how can my deck perform at its all cylinders are firing, like, what can I do? Absolutely heinous things on turn 1 and 2. Like, my deck should be able to do those things regardless of what deck you're playing. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And whether that happens all the time or not, that's going to depend on whether you're playing Prog Rec in the command zone. But I mean, it looks different for every deck for sure. But
I agree.
The prospect of playing responsibly right now, it just doesn't. I don't think that it's there.
Right, and I do think there was a time where I felt like I could play more patient, where I would just like, I would like vamp tutor for like advantage engines and just be like, I'm just gonna sit behind this engine and just like make that. I just like find myself like trying really hard to get out of these habits where I'm just like, well, I've already got a Knuckles. I'm just gonna tutor for Delny. I'd be like, no, I need a tutor for fucking Necro right now. You know what I mean? Like, I need to just go. I don't like. It's not getting any better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the longer
I'm allowing the turbo decks to rebuild, and I'm allowing myself to get buried by the inevitability of blue farm, because every card that goes into blue farm's graveyard is bad for you.
My least favorite thing to say right now is pass turn. I hate it, dude. I'm like, oh, I'm not winning right now.
I don't know.
Pass.
So, sometimes it feels really good in my TNT deck where I'm just like, all right, I have a Tithe and a McKinnon. Sounds great.
Because you have
That's it. We need to start playing seed. Here's a card I wouldn't have looked at like 8 months ago, but I would look at now is like a card like Seed Time. I would play Seed Time now, where I'm just like, I want to make sure I have my window. I don't know if I'm going to get another turn. It reminds me of, in a weird way, it does remind me of getting back to what we were at, just maybe around the first boil, around the expo, that year, like when Dockside was, still in its heyday. And I just felt like
Austin,
there were certain games.
I was just starting then, and Austin wasn't playing CEDH then.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to give us some context on that.
So I would just say that I would really feel that a good plan that wins on turn 4 was too slow, even if it had extreme inevitability. I was playing Blood Pod and I really liked it, but I was playing a more aggressive Blood Pod that leveraged just ripping a massive just gravity bong hit calling ritual and just putting all that mana into just potting away my Timna and winning. That was kind of my whole plan, and it was pretty cool. But there were so many games where I just felt like my window would just it wasn't there. I just I mean the window wasn't the game plan was not meshing with the texture of the game. I had some really powerful games that could do some really interesting stuff. I was leveraging Spiteful Banditry as well at that time, which I thought was a really cool card. It's my sweeper. I was blowing up the board with a Banditry and then sitting behind the passive treasure collection. It actually plays a lot like Tataru Lotho once it's on the board. Very few decks can play it, but it's an excellent card. If you are a deck that needs it's not Sisay, but something like Sisay that needs multicolored pips to do its thing, I think Spiteful Banditry is a nasty fucking card.
That's cool.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that was a weird card that was a card of its time. I need to really just think back into I feel like I'm turning into the Iowa football coach Kurt Ferentz. Every time he's at a game, he's like, "Oh, it kind of remind me of 1983 against Penn State." He just brings up some decontextualized historical example that
talking about what
serves to illuminate the situation, but only to the people that have context. What?
I say you talking shit about my alma mater.
No, he has a lot of respect for Penn State.
Okay.
I mean, I also think the answer right now, if you listen to Max, he's fully in on the Italian train and playing a hard
Can you specify
control
which Max
deck.
you're talking about?
Sternberg.
Okay.
Yeah. Wounded is thinking
Max
about
Sternberg
bringing.
is playing.
He is thinking about playing Italian at Cookout. He is thinking that it's the correct choice because it does so well against what the current meta is doing right now.
Do you really think it's profitable to in a 4-player format to be table police?
He thinks that it can
there's
break
easier ways.
in
If
that
you're a blue
spot,
farm,
right?
no, but if you're in blue farm, you're going to just play a more controlling blue farm. I would be my advice if you want to do something like that, because I just feel it's one thing to disrupt the game. It's another thing to be able to close the game. I mean, I trust Max is an excellent player and he knows his shit, but that's just my 2 cents. Max knows his shit. This isn't he knows and he's an excellent Italian player, so there's no doubt that he knows what he's doing. But I'm just saying, for me, it's disrupt and pounce, though. Disrupt and pounce.
This is not a comment on Max, but Max is the caliber of player in which he could get it in his own head about a deck and do really, really well in many, many situations about it with it, and then run into just a situation where it doesn't get there because the deck isn't good enough. But he's good enough.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
You know what I mean? So
he kind of plays his. The decks play better in his hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's played. I've never seen him cook anyone as hard as when I gave him Krark Ishai, and he cooked us 3 times in a row, having never played the deck and not knowing a single card in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, he's like, this deck's kind of good. And I'm like, I think you're good, man.
I think you're good, dude.
Yeah,
I think you're good, dude.
So I don't know. This question is hard, and it is something that we all struggle with as CDH players. Is like, what does my deck do? When is my window to do it?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
That's what I was getting at.
Thank you.
But yeah, does it change from like what seed I'm in? Like these are all things that we sit down and like we have to consider.
Yep.
60 card players do. Where you're like, well, this hand is great, but I'm on the draw. Like I don't feel people are always like mulling for the same seat. I'm not people do this. People is me, like me 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, like me, I'm people. Like I've fucked this up. I'm not. I don't want this people to feel like this show is like we're just like, and these people do bad things, but we never do. Like, dude, when we're talking about people goofing up, I'm talking about myself. And like,
True.
I've made that mistake where like sometimes like I just be like, no, you know what? I threw away a good hand. I threw a turn 2 Necro or turn 2 Ristic, and I have like a turn 1 fish hand, but I'm like looking at like the pod is like Lumra, you know, like 2 Lumras and like a, you know, whatever else. I'm just like, okay, this is not a good fish. This fish will never get fed. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like
I've started feeling really weird about fish lately too. I'm feeling the same sentiment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not jamming fish
good
turn
into
1
a
or 2 anymore. Like I like putting it into play on turn 3 most of the time.
But if you are playing into like the turbo pod and you know that you could draw an answer, then it's good. Sure. Because like the fail state is like you get to stuff them and then you untap with like 1,000,000 cards.
I think this is something that most people that don't play CDH at the level or as much as we do, they lose context on cards like Ristic Study and Fish and stuff like that because they read the card and they go, wow, this seems like it's really annoying. And yet we're all saying like, yeah, like is Ristic Study really like where we are right now?
Right.
Like,
Is
it good enough? Like, yeah, it's good. And I'm not cutting it from my deck, but like, is that my turn 1 tutor target every time?
There's a current conversation on Twitter right now, and with you, about cutting Ranger Captain, and that was like unthinkable a month ago. Unthinkable, and everyone's like, I just don't know if it's good enough, dude. I just don't know if it's good enough right now.
Samir is looking pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
and so like realistically, like you have to be ever figuring these things out, right? Like.
And I think you have to be willing to ask hard questions. And if you don't know the answer, then you need to test.
Kill your darlings, man. You got to. Like, I just like, dude, I got home from Tim to Jess. I was like, got home and I was building a deck. And I was like, you know what card's got to go? I was like, in Tim and Jessica, I was like, I'm not playing Warren Soul Trader, which is a card I love. Like, it's gone. And I love that card. But like, I'm like, and I cut like Knuckles, which is a cool card. And like, I'm just like, I don't need. Like, yeah, these cards are sick, but what I need to do is, like, I need to just, like, use Stitcher Supplier and, like, breach my opponent into the sun. Because that's what I have to do. You know, like, that's actually what I have to do.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, on to the next question. Jake Smith asks.
Good question, though. Thanks for the question. Was
absolutely.
That, Ethan
That's a Nightlocker.
Nightlocker.
Yeah, Nightlocker.
Yeah.
Which, hey, by the way, congrats on the gold win. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's killing our league, too.
He is doing well. I just cooked him with Gwenum, though. Yeah.
That's because Gwenum's an S-tier deck, dude.
It's S-tier, dude.
Jake Smith asks, do you have any suggestions for Mardu interaction / protection staples in a deck that aims to be rather commander agnostic? Tim.
Glad you asked that. Yeah, I just took Mardu to a tournament this last weekend. A card I'm not like sold on, but actually did come up was the Revel in Silence, whatever the other card that no one ever plays is, but could stop a Thrasios. There was actually a turn where I was like, I should just run this out in case they're going to like, we were playing against Corey Williams. I was like, maybe I should just run this Revel in Silence guy out on the other side in case he tries to like Thrasios us or something.
Because it stops activating abilities, right?
I should have done it.
It deals a damage every time they do an activate.
They activate, so he couldn't have Thrasios. He would have killed himself. He was like at 18 or something. And instead I just rotted in my hand. I was like, I'm an idiot. But I mean, there's no way I could have known that was the line he was going for.
So the staples are Red Blast, Pyroblast. Some decks aren't even running both. Silence,
Orm's Chant.
I put Orm Shin in the list now, but he's Mardu interaction or to protect yourself or to like interact on the stack.
Probably
It says
both.
interaction / protections, and also
Protection.
commander
You gotta
agnostic.
the vexing bauble, defense grid.
Yeah.
I would still play Ranger Captain. I mean, if you're really trying to
In
do
Mardu,
like the Dahada deck in Mardu, and some Mardu Dargo decks do play the Tithe Taker because it's only or Paladin class where like your opponent's spells cost one more during your turn. That might as well be a Vexing Bauble or Defense Grid sometimes. It's like
for sure.
and it's hard to counter. And it's not dangerous to leave hanging because it's only during your turn. You know what I'm saying? You're not like cutting your opponents off interaction or someone else's turn like the other guy. Other stuff that can really protect you.
One of the things about Dargo is if you're talking about like
it can crunch its pieces.
Yeah, you are right on the money, dude. I'm like, if you've got Aethersworn Canonist or something in the deck, and I know that you'd have to kind of build the deck to accept that, you can crunch it and get rid of it, which like not a lot of decks can do.
Yeah,
right. You don't have to leave pieces hanging that could be exploited by your opponents because you have the ability to crunch them. I agree. It makes defense grid excellent. That's why the Jund Dargo decks really love Dosen, because you can be like, it's my Dosen, and Dosen, he leaves it to me.
It's my Dosen, and I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah. There are many Dosens like him, but this one is mine.
I mean, there's also some like random like looking at some of the Zerda lists and like Magda lists. They like run some like Return the Favor and like Untimely Malfunctions.
Timely Malfunctions is the big one they want.
Yeah, like I mean they're running like you have to just get creative, right? Like you're not able to play blue.
Get Lost.
Get Lost is interesting. Unwanted Remake can also be a combo piece? Question mark.
Unwanted Remake.
It is. It's a combo piece in Rocco because it's you can kill. I mean it's better in Rocco if you're playing the Rector stuff because it's better than Path because you destroy. You need to be able to destroy, not exile your Rector.
Yeah, well, I know that also people were like looking into it with like using it as a replacement to Gutshot in some of the like Thrasios decks because you could just like keep killing the same thing to mill someone out to pass the turn.
That's sick. I actually saw someone with their win con was like Dawn's Truce, and then they were gifting it to like your flash speed or something with like endurance. This was in like I want to say it was a Selesnya or Naya deck, but the win con was Dawn's Truth, gifting the card and drawing your opponents out and recycling it at flash speed. It's very cool.
That's kind of cool.
I'm gonna look at my deck right now. One card is a weird card that is oddly proactive and defensive is Noxious Revival. There's a lot of times where someone needs to the card in the graveyard to pop off, and they get Noxious, and they're not.
You know what card I think is, while you're looking, one card I think is really close, but it's like 1 mana too expensive, is Come Back Wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That card is so cool, but I'm like, it's just not quite.
It's close.
It's not quite there.
I think also, I mean, going back to like the actual question.
Oh, Dismember.
Dismember is really good. That is true.
It's an instant speed, 1 mana, delete something.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get around.
I kind of want to just like question the actual question of being like, why are you running interaction in Mardu anyways? Like, I understand protection, but like, I think Mardu's job is like not that.
Well, I think ideally your interaction pieces are like OBM and Mayhem Devil.
Yeah.
Where like you run them anyway, but also like in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. But I think like stack interaction, like that's not what your deck is supposed to be doing. You know, like that's not your job at the table. Your job is to be the problem.
Yeah, but I will say I do think in these colors, you don't have card advantage, so you want your cards to do lots of things. So when I'm not in a card advantage color pie, I want or a wedge or whatever have you, color combination. I want to make sure that like my cards really do double duty. They can be proactive and reactive. I really like channel cards in these colors. That's why we said we like touch more lately. I even like there's no combo with it. I mean, there probably is some weird manual one, but I really like twin shot sniper. There's sometimes like a twin shot sniper is huge.
There's
Like
twin shot
being able
sniper
to channel.
in Magda, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's twin shot. It's an interesting card. Twin shot sniper. I mean, it seems so dumb. You're like a 4-mana 2/2 archer artifact goblin. Like, why am I playing? But then the times you have it, you're like, holy shit. You know, like this is sick. So it's hard to
Gutshot's
say.
underplayed. I think Lightning Bolt's underplayed right now. No one's playing a Braid, and like maybe they should be if you're like looking for these pieces. But I do agree with Austin where like, yeah, it's not really your job to like police the table. You can run like these hate pieces like Toxic Deluge and like Fire Covenant if you want to run those things. But like,
Wait, do you agree with me too?
no, never.
You don't agree? You agree that I think that like you could do both things, use all parts of the buffalo, and that you should.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think a good example of that is like Reprieve is probably a decent.
What about Flare? The Flare is excellent.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because
Flare
if you're already
Dupe is
playing
an
like
insane card.
Darcy and like Ragavan, you could probably turn on your Flare.
Yeah.
I think you want to play the Flare. You want to play SWAT, obviously. Those are staples. The other one I was thinking about, what do you guys think about Calamity's Wake?
I don't know enough about it. What is it?
I don't know what that card is.
I'll pull it up. Calamity's Wake.
Wait,
It
is this the
a-
destroy a land?
No.
Oh,
That's a cool
no.
card, though.
Oh, I do like the
Calamity.
Sundering Eruption. Well,
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Sundering Eruption is cool because it's a MDFC untapped land.
Yeah.
You bolt yourself, it's a red land. But hey, it destroys Cradle.
It does destroy a cradle.
Okay, what do you guys think about this? Two cooked. It's interesting. It's 1 in white. It's an instant. It says exile all graveyards, and then players can't cast non-creature spells, and then exile it
Wait, you said 1 and a white?
for an instant. It's a
That's
2 mana silence,
That's kind
or
of
2 mana like Ranger Captain Crack, and then exiles graveyards. But
Wait,
I gotta say, on a breach turn,
your graveyard.
Wait, hold on.
yeah, it does.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I should have been playing that in Wandering Minstrel. Like 100%. I should have been playing that in Wandering Minstrel.
Potentially.
Possibly, yeah.
interesting card, right? When it came out, it was very hyped, but it wasn't its moment. I think more people were doing other things that weren't lining up against it. I don't even know if it's its time right now, but it was a card that had some people brewing when it came out. They're like, this is an interesting. It's 2 mana. It has a lot of the words we like to see.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is, I don't think people are ready for this conversation. But every day we get closer to Thoughtseize and Cabal Therapy being good.
I think Cabal Therapy is already there.
Wait, I used to, when I played Kadama Tevesh, I played Thoughtseize and Cabal Therapy and Inquisition of Kozilek just as a way of being like, is the coast clear? And sometimes it plays, it might read pretty weak, but sometimes it just plays like Veil Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therapy's really good.
Yeah. Have you guys ever played the card Xanthid Swarm?
I just showed Logan that card for the first time when we were looking at possible Tymna attackers for TNT. And I was like, if it had 1 power, I'm interested. I'm into it. Yeah.
Let's not forget about cEDH staple Haywire Might.
Yeah. True.
Haywire. Yeah.
Anyway, I think there's lots of good options out there to kind of wrap up this question. I think there's lots of good options out there, and you really have to consider what your deck is wanting to do. Mardu's probably more powerful than what people give it credit for, but it definitely has its shortcomings when it comes to like stack interaction and stuff like that. So you're kind of looking for those one-off pieces like Path to Exile, Red Blast, where it's just
Felia the dog.
Felia.
That's true.
I like that. I like that a lot.
All right, we got a couple more Patreon questions. These are a little bit shorter. Striker says, what was your first big tournament? How did it go? Do you have any other advice for a first timer going to a big tournament? Fishbowl is right around the corner.
I mean, I'll go first here. My first actual big tournament. Well, so I played in the like charity event, which was like 50-ish.
Yeah, we both played in that event.
But my first big tournament was Fishbowl, the last Fishbowl that happened. And my biggest advice is like, there's a lot of intangibles that people don't talk about with our format that you need to be cognizant of, right? Like I did not realize that I was getting slow played in some of the games that I was playing. And there's like random things in the format, specifically in tournament structure, that I think you should like brush up on. Like specifically, like when people are yapping too much, understanding the rules on what you can ask for game actions. Understand that sometimes people are just going to slow play you. And like there are a lot of opportunities that people, like if you are new to the tournament structure format, that you like will not realize that it's happening to you if it's the first time that you've been in that situation. And so some of those things, and just like don't be afraid of calling for a judge. Like call a judge, right? Like we had some random problems with judges at Steel City, but like that was the super minority, right? Most of the time, if you feel like something's wrong, if there is like an inkling of something that's not right, call a judge and just be like, hey, is this something that I need to be worried about?
Issues with judges. So like we found out that there were issues after we made the judge call. But
Yeah.
like, it's still the correct thing to do to make a judge call.
Don't be afraid to call a judge. Like that's your right. You know, I mean, like the other players, it sucks, man. But like, you know, I'm competitive enough that I'm competitive enough that I always want to be on the up and up. You know, but like. You gotta call a judge. You know what I mean? People will take every inch they can get. And I don't say people are bad. It's just like people want to win, and it's just like they don't want you to like. You know, it's like it's respectful
on you as well.
Yeah,
What's up?
True.
Like if you're new to a tournament and someone calls the judge on you, it's not the end of the world. It's not
no. It's a good thing.
It can be, or sometimes you
No,
just
I mean it's
fuck
it
up,
means
you know?
good.
It's like
It means
it's
you
fine.
guys are but it could be a good thing. Like if you are fucking up, like you want to catch it sooner or later.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Know.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's new tournament. Well, Logan, what was your first big one?
So it wasn't Fishbowl. I would say like my first big one was Snowy Summit 2, and that was where I won that tournament, but I was gonna bounce off of
bro.
the Glarb father, dude. The
Glarb father was born.
I was gonna bounce off of Austin's comment about like slow play just for a second.
Please.
I don't get nervous for this type of thing, at least definitely not anymore, for big tournaments and stuff like that. I feel comfortable, and like that just comes with time and experience and stuff like that. What I struggle with is time blindness. And that's probably, a combination of ADD and hyperfocus and stuff like that. But I noticed that it's worse if I were to be, quote, nervous about something.
Yep.
So like...
What do you mean by time blindness?
So like, I have a hard time noticing if someone's slow playing me because I'm like so locked in, and I like it could be like 10 minutes past and I'm like, it's been 60 seconds. Like it doesn't compute to me.
Right. I don't even know how long we've been talking right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're
in a time warp over here.
But I noticed that like my time blindness is worse if I'm like, quote, nervous about something, or if I'm like anxious or whatever. That's where like that symptom comes through. So I find it helpful if I have like a watch or a clock or something where I can kind of like keep myself in touch or in check with like what reality is in those cases, and it kind of keeps me a little bit more grounded. So I think that like, a great example of this is when I got married, and that day of getting married is a blur.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? Like, but it is for most people, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just like there's so many things going on. You have all these people, different people talking to you, needing pictures and different things from you and whatever. And you're like, damn, it's already like midnight, and like we're at the after party and all that stuff. But tournaments, like large tournaments, can be that way too, because you're like, oh shit, I'm in round 3 and I should have won, rounds 1 and 2, and now I need to win rounds 4 and 5, to actually make cut.
Yeah, I will say,
don't let the rounds get away from you.
Bouncing off of that, like just letting rounds be rounds, right? Like if you misplayed and punted one round, like take it on the cheek and win your next round, right? Like do not both of them.
Cheek.
But yeah, like I like shrug it off, figure out a way to shrug it off, because a lot of people will get in their head and just try to, nut up and go into the next, right? Like having that mentality in large tournaments is something that's absolutely necessary.
I agree, because you don't want to, like, mistakes happen and punts happen, and like you need to be able to internalize them enough that you're like, yeah, that was a mistake. I'm not gonna make this mistake again. But you can't. There's certain unforced errors that are just human. Like the best players fuck up. Like everyone fucks up.
Yep.
But good players, the best players, are able to move on from it and envision themselves in a dominating position. And one thing I think I found out is, like, I used to think that, like, I've said this before, that I used to think that drawing and vending and like grading APs and mingling with people at events was counterproductive to being a successful cEDH tournament player, because I felt maybe I was burning the wick at both ends. But the truth was, it was actually allowing me to segment and compartmentalize and truncate certain aspects of the tournament and allow me to see the bigger narrative. It's why I can like rebound really well in tournaments. Like I might lose round 1. I'm not like one of those guys that's always in the winner's bracket right off the bat. I can win it anyway, because at the end of the tournament, a player has 4 wins. You don't know how they got those 4 wins. They got 4 wins though. And I really feel like the art, I was worried that it was taking away from my focus. It's actually, in a way, it's kind of like
it can like reset you.
It can reset me. Yeah, it can like hard reset. I can like go back to my factory settings and be like, all right, I know what I'm doing. Like you're right. Like that really wasn't in my control. Like I kept a good hand and I got wheeled out of it. Like I can't like beat myself up over that.
I think that applies to everyone. Like it's not just you. Your outlet is art and being creative. For me in Austin, sometimes it's creating content in between games and interviewing people. I know Eric and Jason are even the same way a little bit. But if you don't have those outlets, then it's okay. We'll find a group of people that you like going to tournaments with. Talk to them about your experiences in between games and go, dude, don't worry about it. You'll get them next time. Go kill the next round, whatever. Or play a game in between and decompress. Do something.
And don't get too. Don't steep in your bad beat story too much. Get it out of your system, make a joke out of it, write your bad beat story on a piece of paper, and then light it on fire and throw it into the wind. But, like, it happens, dude. Bad beats happen, but you gotta let it go. Yep. You got to let it go, man. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, when I first started vending, my brother was vending with me, and, like, all these people would finish their games, just come up and be like, yeah, so anyway, like my opponent, like they cast Breach and they didn't realize there was a Dranith out, and they just like thought they were going to storm into it, but they just fed the Ristic player. And well, my brother's like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are saying. I was like, dude, just let them talk, let them get it out, and then just say, yeah, man, that sucks. And then later I ran to the tournament, and he's like, yeah, man, that sucks, dude. But like, yeah,
you're essentially like telling your brother to be a bartender, dude.
Yeah, but exactly. My brother is a bartender.
One of those shot
the bad beat story, dude. My brother is a bartender. But yeah, the bad beats, like, beat it out, beat it off, and move on.
Nice.
That's my real advice.
Yeah, I mean that's really good advice. Honestly, like, yeah, doing that.
We got one more question, and I'm gonna phrase this question in 2 different ways because I'm not sure what he means. I'm going to ask Tim, and I'm going to ask Austin. Okay. I just need a 1-word answer. Is Sans Blue cope or dope? Tim?
Sans Blue?
Cope
or dope? Dope.
Austin?
Blood Pod? Dope.
Cope.
All right. Is Semi-Blue cope or dope? Tim?
Hope.
Austin?
Cope.
Interesting. I think Sans Blue is cope, and I think Semi Blue is dope.
Dude.
Okay,
listen.
I think okay.
All right,
Here's the thing.
Maelstrom Wanderer.
I think like the idea of Semi Blue is really dope. I think the deck is cope.
I agree.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Like
I
think
love
like, the
Japanese
You'll see me
idea-
in
yeah.
these tournaments. I'm not.
Come on, I love it. Come on, you don't think I like Incarnation Technique, dude? Come on, card's sick as hell.
I will
Like,
say, like again, I have yet to see this deck in the wild. Like it's crazy.
I played it 4 times last weekend. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I just do not. I until I get cooked by it so many times.
you won't. It's just frustrating, dude. It's frustrating because, like, shout out to Justin. He's a really good player, but he, it's a weird thing because it's a dangerous deck. The fail state in it is a very dangerous thing because they just leave like an Atali or something crazy on board, and then just starts getting cloned.
Yeah,
and then it's like oh, okay. They're just like, oh yeah, I just cast Atali. Oh, I didn't get it. All right. It's not built to be an Atali deck. It's not built to like keep spinning off Atali. You know what I mean? So they might get like 1 or 2 cool things past the turn, and then like the Kinnan player untaps, and she's like, okay, I will cast Flesh Duplicate. It's Atali. I'm like, okay. And then the Animar player just cloned it and then killed us, and we're like, okay, this sucks. So that kind of play pattern I don't like, where it's just like
gambling.
It's like back in the old days of Magic, where someone's like, I'm just gonna tap out and cast Possibility Storm, and just whatever happens.
Yeah.
And like I don't like that kind of Magic. I mean, like, it's fun when you're just fucking around with your friends, but in a tournament, it's pretty frustrating. I think. And I even think the shout out to Justin, you're a really good player, but I even think he was like, God damn it, I should have killed this fucking Atali. He was just like, he's like, this thing is such a goddamn liability at this point. He was even like, fuck, dude, what the fuck did I do?
All right.
So that's my take on it. So I think it's a little cope.
Fair enough. That answers that. We did want to briefly just go over this video. Our friends at cEDH TV, Mons, cooked up this idea of turbo-heuristic study.
Yep.
Where have we heard this before?
This seems like wrong side.
Yeah. It seems like wrong side with a color that is not necessary for it.
Yeah.
I think
deck or something.
It's
Thrasios Vile Smasher.
Yeah. And his idea was that
So Idris.
yeah, you can play Idris. The idea is that you have a Thrasios backup plan if you need it with Cradle and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just like, dude, Rograk just adds so much, and then you can go deeper into blue for things like Commandeer, Misdirection, just stuff
How
like
you
that.
liking Misdirection?
What's that?
How are you liking Misdirection these days?
I mean, I'm not playing it in Farm, but I'm still playing it wrong side. It still feels good.
You still are.
Yeah. I think it's all right. It's a second SWAT that's kind of free, and it protects your risk study and stuff like that.
Right. It just doesn't do the swat the Bowmaster ping, which I think is like my favorite thing to swat. It's just like funny.
That is true, but
as lame as that sounds,
the nice thing about this deck is that I don't really care about Bowmaster
care
that
about
much.
Bowmaster. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, okay, kill my creatures. I have 3 of them. Like, or I have 1 of them. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
But it's cool to see other people picking up on the archetype. And although after the conversation today, maybe he's like a little late to the party on the like Ristic study thing. But he's also in Europe, so like I don't know what the meta is like.
Dude, I have no idea. I'm so intrigued by talking to Max P.
Yeah.
Because he just like spent time in Birmingham to do the cEDH UK tournament
or whatever.
Or the UK World or UK something tournament.
Yeah.
And I just want to know his experience. Like I'm so stoked to talk to him about
We'll have
it.
to get him on for an interview. But,
Yeah.
If you are at all interested in this archetype, we have plenty of content on Wrong Side, and you can also check out Mon's video on Turbo-heuristic study, and they also put out a gameplay video of it too. So
I love Mons, man. I want to be on that show sometime. I love those guys.
hey, it could be in our future very soon.
Yeah.
Are you guys on the show?
Not yet.
yet, but-
we've been talking to them a little bit.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
we'll figure it out. We'll drop a good word for you.
Thanks, Big Tim's cool.
Tim, you gotta pay attention for this one, dude. This is a big one. what happened a year ago today?
I'm super locked
No, I
in.
know you
Actually,
are. I know, but like,
No. Look at the
picture, though.
photo.
Oh, the meme is sick, dude. Oh man, I was actually a really sad day. I was working and fulfilling orders. I had my buddy Zach with me. We like went to go get like Chinese food, and I was just like, I was like gutted. I felt like someone had died. I was just so upset. I really was. I was.
I'm
really
gonna
sad.
one up you. Our beloved cat had passed like a day before, and then this happened.
No.
So
Jesus.
Oh no.
like, someone had actually died.
Wow.
So yeah,
Was
it
this
pretty
Onyx?
tough. Yeah, it was Onyx.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all right. I mean, it's
It's just
hard,
sad.
but
I love
course.
cats, man. I love
yeah,
my
me
cats so much. It's fucked up, man. They're so cute.
how are they doing?
They're doing awesome, dude. They're being great friends. But I mean, man, I wish my cats got to see me play more Nadu. That's what they really want from me.
Yeah,
I still think
Onyx would live
Nadu is
longer had
totally fine for cEDH,
stuck
dude.
around.
It was such a cool deck, and
I
people just like really loved it. And
never actually played against Nadu.
oh, it was awesome, man.
Yeah. So I said this before, but I started the format a week before this ban. So and then this ban, basically I had to delete my deck that I was playing, which was Tim Najeska, because that deck at the time was just dockside.deck, like many others.
You know what I'll do? I'll put Nadu back together without Crypt and Lotus, and
I don't want to see it.
no. I'll just have it with me occasionally, and
Okay.
we'll remind ourselves and see where it actually fits right now,
Yeah.
and see how bad it actually is. Because
Okay.
like, I think that deck at the time, and people hated the play pattern of it, but like, it was doing
It was
something.
not the best deck.
It wasn't the best
was
deck,
doing
but it
something
was
cool.
good.
Dude, isn't Nadu basically just semi-blue?
No,
No,
it's
no. It played lots of interaction.
Oh,
it
okay.
played lots of interaction. And there was nothing like it.
Interesting.
It was a really cool creature combo deck, and it was
And
a cool lands deck. But lands deck a different way. Like it was a Scoot Swarm deck.
Yeah.
I mean, like how cool is that? It was a Scoot Swarm deck. I mean, that granted it played Nantuko, but I don't even think people would be looking at Nantuko in the format if not for Nadu. You know what I mean? It was like you could play it as a. The other way it was really cool to play is you could play it as a Quirion Ranger Ashaya deck. I found a really cool way to win at instant speed during other people's turns by using the 3 mana Tachyova, Benthic, whatever the other Tachyova is. Tide Caller, I don't know, the 3 mana one. You could win with that one because the lands that became creatures had haste. That was like the big thing.
Yeah.
And then the lands could tap, and you could like win in someone's upkeep with like, I don't even remember how I used to do it. But I was like, it was
hated
so
the
cool, man.
Lightning Greaves, target creature, Nadu trigger.
Yeah,
And then you know, it took a lot of time to play. But honestly, outside of it taking a lot of time to play, I didn't feel that it did anything that was like
egregious.
I mean, it was egregious. Like there were egregious parts to it, but it felt powerful in a way that was like
It had counterplay.
Kinnan didn't have power like that back then.
Okay.
Like Kinnan has it now, right? And you're used to that. Mm-hmm. But at the time, it was what, Farm and Rogsai at the time.
Yeah, that was like the kind of the triple threat. It kind of deposed Kinnan. Kinnan had been like the Simic deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think even like the main Simic players were kind of like leaving Kinnan for Nadu at the time.
And then right at the tail end, decks like Derevi started playing Nadu in the deck.
That's what I was interested in. I've heard of that deck, the Turducken deck. I think that thing's sick.
Well, and at the time, I was also playing
And Tevish Thras was sick.
Mothman with Nadu in the deck.
Oh, okay.
Because part of the Mothman targets a creature. And so you could get Nadu triggers off of that. It was just cool. Like, I know that not everyone shares that opinion, but, you know.
No, I agree with you, man. I thought the deck was super cool. And it got to do cool stuff like when you were playing it in the black color pie, you got to play Hex Parasite, which was like another like Unctus kind of effect.
Yeah.
Where it was you could play Phyrexian Life to target. So you were choked by life, but
and white,
I think the reason
Encore.
Yeah, and you
I'm
had
all in for a
Nomads,
cephalid
and
breakfast
white.
deck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the issue with it was I think that what I loved about it was it was like it punished. It was the thing that actually sincerely punished like the turbo decks, like the Rog side deck, like had to respect it. You know what I mean? Like, and other than that, they never had to. And then like, and there was a real threat. Like, and then the Blue Farm deck didn't have all the time in the world. Like the Blue Farm deck had to respect it too. Otherwise, like they were just gonna get cooked. So it kind of like made people. It's like the force check. It just made people play interaction.
It also made
For
Blue Farm
creatures
play
in ways.
Tyrannus.
Like I played against I played against Blue Farm one time and got blown the fuck out by they played Force of Despair on me, and I was like, oh wow. I can't beat this card. Like it just says it's like one of the force cycles, so it's free if you pitch a card during someone else's turn. It's not your turn, but it says destroy all creatures that enter the battlefield this turn, and it's destroy.
And it doesn't
So I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh god. I was like, okay, yeah,
We have a local
out of
here
this
that
game.
plays. We have a local here that plays Kuja, and he has that card in his deck. So
He doesn't play
Kuja?
Kuja anymore.
he does not play Kuja anymore. No.
But yeah, and the other thing that, like Tim said, Nadu, while it saw a huge spike in popularity because it was doing new and innovative things, and also it was very obviously broken, and Wizards admitted to it being broken. It actually started to ship and shape the cEDH format because people started running more onboard interaction. They started running more board wipes. They started running,
There was like a course correction of the
and
format being like, we have to do something about this.
like
deck.
farm players were playing Supreme Verdict and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
right.
then all that
Now
was
it's like, why?
taken away from us. And we didn't even get to settle with any amount of time before it was banned. And like the idea that it was being played in casual to some
Dude, that's nonsense.
ridiculous effect is like, yeah, you could have at the time, but like there was no bracket system or anything like that. And
Yeah, and you could pubs like you're right. Like there's plenty of cards that are oppressive in a casual table. I don't. Yeah, I think that's just like, and I just when I listen to people who are like in the commander committee and stuff, and they're just the way they like to talk about Nadu with like such disdain. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like it's such. I don't know. It's like, yeah, you're right. If Force of Will or something, or Oko is in standard, like you can hate on it, but like Oko doesn't even get played in Vintage anymore, except for like some weird Oath decks sometimes, It's like a fringe card. Like it just goes to show like everything has its place and its power level and its appropriate context. And like for us, it gave us a creature-centric lands combo deck, tempo deck that threatened, that kind of really made a true rock, paper, scissors. And I was like so grateful for it. And I just love it. It's cool looking. He's like an ibis looking bird guy. It hurt, dude. I fucking love that card.
yeah, I played it. I played it a lot too.
I know.
You always talk about how I was playing
Rock Priest.
Yeah, Venerated Rot Priest in that deck as an alternate win con. And like there were plenty of decks that didn't play it because it was not necessary. But I just thought it was cool.
Such a cool win con.
Yeah.
Dude.
Like you're gonna die by infect in cEDH. And they're like, what? And like, yeah, I don't know. It's just anyway. And then the other point you brought up about like, I just don't share people's disdain for powerful cards. That
Correct.
like, why are you banning mana rocks? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, truly, I think that if the bracket system was around when this ban happened, I don't think most of these cards catch the ban. I think Dockside still might, but
Sure.
I think the Jewel Lotus, Mana Crypt, and questionably Nadu don't catch the ban at that point.
Yeah.
I think that like with Nadu is like, I really do believe it's not just because I am a Nadu player. But I don't think like the turn equity thing is something I push back on a lot too. It's just like, like Clark takes a lot of turns. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Clark is not as ubiquitous. There's plenty of other decks that like there's a lot of times I just felt like because the deck was new enough, people didn't just scoop to it. There's a lot of times where like you're like it is inevitable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
it is very inevitable. But people
But it's
don't
like
scoop to it.
It's like the Gitrog inevitability, where it's like, yeah, it's inevitable, but like I have to do.
No, I actually think it's
you know?
more. I actually think it's more inevitable than the Gitrog. I think
it's less. It's not that indeterministic. Like everyone's like, well, Nadu is so non-deterministic. I'm like, if you actually like play the deck, it's really
pretty damn
like, you know what,
it's
when
like
you've like
Breach.
hit that,
it's like
problem, yeah.
Right. But I feel like there was just like once we learned how Breach worked, we didn't make people play out Breach in the same way. But there was like a certain incredulity. Like when I was even at the Invi last year, I had a player who just like would not scoop, and I'm like, what do I have to do? The other players like, I'm good to scoop here. Like I have everything. Like I have my hand full of counter spells. I've sculpted it. Like I'm an instant speed. Like what more do you need? And again, like I think when you have like, you know, people have literacy of like the deck, and like when I see a Breach player and I'm like, oh, you have a tutor in the graveyard? I've seen enough. You know, it's like, you guys don't have anything? Like, come on, dude, they're gonna find a fucking way. Like, is there a tutor and like enough cards to flash back?
Yeah,
We're gonna lose. They just get, you have nothing? Okay, they get Brain Freeze. Now they just quadruple Ancestral Recall. You're dead. Like, where it's over. Like, we'll never recover if you truly have nothing. And I feel like if you have that and good judges who don't allow, like, there's a difference between slow play and stalling. Like I really applaud you guys. You did a really hard thing at your tournament, and where you guys like, you let someone go, you just DQ'd someone for stalling. And I think more TOs need to be ready to do that. Like, if a player's putting a win on the stack and you don't really have a way to win and you're just taking meaningless game actions, like, that's stalling. And I think like people are afraid to call it. I don't know why it is. I think it's because what's up?
The penalty for stalling is disqualification.
Yeah. Like we talk about the famous event where Memo was in the tournament and cracked a Tinder wall, and they're with nothing to do with it, and the judge like, you're DQ'd. And he owned it. He was like, yeah, I was stalling.
Yeah.
And I love that. He's like, yeah, I was stalling. You're right. That's exactly what I was doing. There's nothing I could have done with that mana. But I've been in tournaments where like the Nala player just like cracks a fetch even if they've already failed to find. And you have to be like, dude, come on, man. Like, like don't make me be the bad guy and call the judge. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You leave this tournament.
Yeah.
No one wants that. So I think like if you just have, you know, good judges and people like are under deck literacy, like, you know when it's over, you know. Otherwise, you're just wasting people's time.
Yeah, and people are there to like cEDH grinders and players that play a lot. There's the occasional player that would be like, you know, I don't see it. I need you to play it. But like, dude, like, there's like another game behind it. You know, I probably already did okay in my first game and like drew another game. Like, do I need the win or the draw right this second? Like, probably not. And like, I don't know. It's just there's some like, you gotta show grace to people. Like, if you have the win, just win. Like,
yeah, we see that a lot with like the Fairy Mastermind loops where people are like, no, there's a way out, and you're like, dude, I'm sorry to tell you this. Like, you're locked in a tsunami right now. Like, you're not getting out.
I actually think the way that Mastermind is playing out right now, I am way more concerned about that card than I ever was with Nadu.
Oh, really?
Wait, which card?
Fairy Mastermind.
Why? What do you mean?
I just hate the Tithe Kinnan Mastermind interaction.
I feel like that was a thing of a couple months ago. I don't see it anymore.
Oh, I'm very much
I know you're into it, but you know, I was. Well, honestly, I didn't even. You guys like turned me on to that one game where you're like, Tim, you have the win. I was like, I do, and you're like, yes, dude. Like, I was like, whoa.
We're like, we can't let you have that.
I was like, I don't see it. You're like, dude, you don't see it, but you have the win right now. Just trust. And I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't realize like I could have just like cloned a doubler, used a reducer, and I had it, you know.
Yeah.
But once I figured that out, I became like that was like my favorite weapon, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's disgusting.
I just feel like
it's totally.
But
disgusting.
I feel like people got too hep to it, and like they never let me get anywhere.
The problem is now, if you assemble a Tithe and you manage to snag a Kinnan, if you get any amount of treasures with Tithe, you can Kinnan flip into the Mastermind, or you can wait till the last possible second and put it onto the battlefield because it has Flash.
Yep.
And as soon as you do that, if no one has the Force of Will or Pact, it's over.
It's disgusting. Like, it is I think it's the best win con in my deck right now.
That's all I've seen you win with.
Yeah, it's unstoppable. Like it really is. Like, because you just kill all the people that have no like less cards in your library than you do.
And in your deck, if it goes to yard, you're like, okay, shifting woodlands.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, okay, that's fine. I'm okay with any of these pieces.
I love Fairy Mastermind.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite cards.
I like that a lot.
But
I like that win con a lot.
Even as as much disdain as I have for that card, I don't think it should be banned or anything. I'm just like, that's pretty, like, I don't like that. But when I was playing against Nadu, it wasn't that level of like disdain.
Interesting. I mean, I just like I have nothing to like go by, right? Because I just like didn't play against it. Us? I do, and realistically, I mean, I guess like looking back now that it's been a year, like, do you see any of these cards actually coming back?
I think Crypt and Lotus. I'm still hopeful.
I don't think Crypt, but I definitely think it Lotus.
I think JLo is coming back.
I bet anything
immediately. Yeah, like on their next unbanning announcement, I think JLo comes back, but I don't know if Crypt comes back.
I don't think Crypt comes back, but I just don't see a good argument for keeping it banned.
Yeah, I think it should come back.
Yeah, it's just like, what do you care if every single deck is sped up? Like, what does it matter?
Yeah. And now with the brackets, like, they just put a bracket, like, put it in a bracket, whatever. Like, put it and make it a game changer.
You want to hear my argument for unbanning it?
What?
I think that's actually secretly what is the Dockside and I think it's the Dockside and Mana Crypt bans. Not so much JLo and Nadu, but those two in particular have really punished the fourth seat. I think that's what's causing a lot of the fourth seat disparity in win percentage, is that you don't have these like really explosive catch-up cards like you did.
Yeah.
That like, if you were in fourth seat, like, you could mull aggressively to a Dockside hand, which would be fed by the table. I mean, like, think about it. Your seat 4, your fish sucks. Your seat 1, your fish is great. Like, the advantage cards, those are advantage cards that actually put you ahead by being ahead. Whereas, like, something like the Crypt or the Dockside, they help the seat 1 player explode out the gates, but they could also help you catch up from a lower seat order.
Yeah.
And I think without them, you just don't have that anymore. You know, you just truly don't have that. And like that we're feeling the effect of that. Like, the seat 4 didn't have, like, lost 2 very essential weapons that really propelled them and helped them recoup the tempo disadvantage and resource disadvantage of going last.
I do think that there needs to be, like, Wizards needs to design cards for that to be rectified. Like, I like, truly, I want that to be solved by the card pool. And, like, that is a design space that they need to figure out.
Yeah, like, if you're not going first, like, what if this is as simple as this? Like, it's like a Mana Crypt that's like enters the battlefield tapped unless if you didn't go first. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of sick.
There's also, like,
I don't know.
There's so many ways that, like, they could do, like, do you guys remember the Chancellor cards? Like, Chancellor the Annex, Chancellor the Tangle? Like, I think, like, something along those lines, like a Chancellor type effect where you, like, reveal and you're able to, like, gain advantage if you're not in seat 1. Like, stuff like that is, like, they have shown that they understand that there is a space to look into.
I don't think they care.
But yeah, that's the real problem. Is I don't know if they actually care.
I'd love to be convinced. I would love to be proven wrong, but I just don't think they care.
But it's not even like it's an EDH problem, right? Like, it is a problem in 60 card too.
Yeah,
like, playing on the go.
60 card, right?
What's up?
Crypt isn't banned in 60 card.
It's banned
in Vintage.
I think it's restricted in Vintage.
Sure, but, like, okay.
But so are the Moxen, and so are So is Chalice of the Void.
We're allowed to have, like,
Bubble.
some power, but, like, not power 9. Okay, that's fine. But, like, Crypt isn't power 9. Neither is JLo. Okay, and, like, JLo's banned.
If anything, if you talk about people in Cube, they would take Soul Ring over Crypt anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of times, yeah.
The logic just doesn't make sense. And the other thing that people don't often talk about is that people are having to mulligan way harder and way lower now than they were before because they don't have these 2 mana rocks.
Yeah,
Or
that's
Dockside.
true.
Forget Dockside. Who cares? I mean, I care. a
Don't
little
forget
bit, but-
Dockside.
Yeah, but like, if you have these 2 rocks, you can fix your mulligans and assemble a game plan, even if it's not the ideal one.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it gives speed, but like, no one's complaining that the format's too fast.
Well, and in reality, like, I just don't even know if it does get, like obviously, like, objectively it gives speed, but it didn't slow down our format. Like, we're seeing it right
It
now.
did for a while.
Yeah, but we're seeing it right now that it didn't matter, right? Like,
It didn't matter.
but we're just doing it still. We're still pushing turn 2, turn 3 wins.
Wait. Actually, I changed my mind. Don't unban JLo. I don't want Atali to be anywhere more than it already is.
Agreed. I dislike that deck a lot.
I like it because I like the players who play, because I think it's... I love how much they love their deck.
I don't know Cam personally, but like, I think Cam's an awesome guy. But I would love to see him play something that's not Atali on Play to Win.
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah.
He's
I've seen
just
him play
having
other
so
decks.
much fun on that deck right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
But like, I've seen him play other decks. I'm like, dude, you're a good player. Like, you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Atali is. Yeah.
I think it's good for the clicks, though. I think it's good TV. I think people like...
Oh yeah.
People like the
Watching.
chunky, dude.
All right.
The children yearn for the chunky.
Any last drinks to pour out for our fallen comrades in power? Power
I hold
Cards?
out hope. I hold out hope that it might get... maybe I'm coping. But
I could see the
hold
resurrection
out
at J-Lo, and that's it. That's my thing.
I could see them. Sadly, I think it's JLo if it's anything. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I want it to be Nadu.
All right, Tim. This is one of the last slides here. This is one you wanted to talk about. Talking
Oh
about Eddie
yeah,
Brock.
I
dude.
feel dumb because I'm like, this is what we're talking about. But I do want to just say, okay. We have it here, so I can read it. Or let me see.
I can read it
I'll
too,
I'll
if
pull it
you
up on my
want.
phone. Yeah, we don't read. Do you mind?
Yeah. So Eddie Brock is 2 and a black for a legend. When he enters, return target creature card with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That sounds like a Stitcher supplier to me.
Or a Tinderwall.
Yeah, or Tinderwall. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And then 3 and Jund, transform him, activate only as a sorcery. Or you can just straight up cast him on the backside for 3 and Jund. He has Menace, Trample, Haste. He's a 5/5. When he attacks...
Haste is interesting.
Yep. When he attacks, you can sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw X cards, and then put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand on the battlefield, where X is the sacrificed creature's mana value.
Dude.
Weird
What do you think about
Kodama
that?
ability on the backside.
Yeah. Really weird, huh?
And
It's
a
got
permanent-
Kodama text on it.
And it's a permanent card, not
Yeah.
Permanent card, not creature.
Not creature.
It's got Kodama text on it.
But it's 6 mana.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, Kodama is also 6 mana, but
Yeah, but like,
you also need something else, is the problem, in my
this-
opinion.
yeah, this doesn't.
No,
necessarily-
guys. I think this is... Okay, I'm not... Obviously, this is not... This is not Nadu. This is not Atali. But this does... Jund... They're like, it's Corval, they're bust in Jund. There's really not a lot going on
Dude.
in Jund these days.
Hey, I got a
this-
secret tech for Jund, dude.
Oh no.
You should look into Raw Greyhand.
This is the Oops All Spells version.
Yeah.
That's the only one I'll look at because it's so weird.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm just telling you, I just think like this ability of having like, I don't know what cards it would play. Gurmag Angler. I don't know. There's something crazy. I don't know what it is, but just having played like Dargo Greater Good decks in Jund, this ability, and that's just like, using like a Greater Good or Life's Legacy ability to like draw cards equal to a creature's power or CMC. But this one is CMC, right? So if there's any kind of like delve creature or something you could cheat out really quick, or you have these crazy cards that are going to be
what's the
unique,
cheap 12,
powerful in this deck. Probably Rakdos cards like Pox, like not Poxwalker, but something like you would play in Rakdos the Muscle. There's got to be something insane. But the fact that you put the permanent onto the battlefield is just messed up.
This
Like,
deck definitely plays Dargo in main.
yeah,
he
for
plays Dargo
sure.
in main. I don't know, something. Yeah, I don't know what this deck plays, but I just thought I wanted to just talk about a sleeper from the set because I think people are kind of shitting on the set, and I just wanted to like see if there's anything else there, or like just chat about some possibilities. Because like I'm into like, yeah, Gwenom is busted, like we know that, and like the Superior Spider-Man, like it's close to being, it has potential to be busted with the right pieces. But this to me is intriguing because like it's
There's
not
something here.
overtly obvious what it does, because it doesn't do a lot of other things. But we were at a tournament in the Northeast. I can't remember. I was talking to Ian about it. It must have been at Mulligan's or PA or something. But some guy was playing like Gitrog the Ravenous Ride, and it was crazy. And then Kev played against it with like Commander Mechanic, and he like mopped the floor with them with like Gitrog Ravenous Ride. And you're like, it sounds funny when you say it like that, but like it's kind of interesting to think that this effect, just like having like a one-sided, like, I don't know, like you get to show and tell. You know what I mean? You get to show and tell, or you get to like, you know, Eureka yourself. Like we've seen how powerful it is with like Galta, but the Galta doesn't fill your hand. This like fills your hand, and then like it like Galta or Last Marches of the Ents in a way.
I like the design space where it's one color on one side, but it's all the color identity.
Keep doing this, Wizards. Keep doing it.
But also, you can play the first side and then flip it.
Yeah.
Or you can just straight play the back side, which is like, what do you guys think? Genius.
What would you put in this deck? It's kind of because I think the effect is so powerful that it's worth looking at. Because like, I like to. There's an old thing I used to look at with it's like a Saffron Olive thing about evaluating cards. It's just thinking
Yargle
about
in this, dude.
Yargle. Was Yargle CMC or is he power?
Power.
Does he care about power or CMC?
I think the first card that I'm putting in the deck is Emrakul.
Is what?
Emrakul. The like Promised End.
Oh, Promised End, and just sack it and then Emrakul again or something. 13. Yeah. Who knows?
Like, you could have draw 13, right? Like you pay for, you're casting it for less. And then you're drawing 13, putting something in. Like you're for sure getting something out of that.
It sucks that it doesn't care about power, and it cares about mana value. Because like I could see like an Orc Army token getting huge, and you're like, oh, I'm drawing 40.
But I mean, there's like, you could also play it as like a weird affinity deck, right? Like you could play like Mirror Enforcer, right? Like you could do weird things with this deck 100%.
Maybe it doesn't need the big thing. Maybe there's like little things it can do that is enough to get it.
Maybe there's a way you could just build it with a certain inevitability that if it attacks, it wins, where like the whole deck is like, I don't know if this exists, but something that like it comes into play and taps it and gives you an extra combat, or some like weird Kiki combo where it just like it's just gonna keep like, it's almost like Jund Garuda. It's just gonna keep chaining into like
Zealous Conscript stuff with this potentially.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like the idea of just like putting a bunch of like 4-mana CMC stuff in here and just like putting a Docent into play.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and
or
they
just
can't
like
do anything about it.
What about he's got a real, like, we don't really have a really good Jund Protean Hulk, and I actually think Protean Hulk is one of the most powerful strategies that is like the least played. I think it is like one of the most powerful things you can do in cEDH that people don't do. You know what I mean? That much. You know what I mean? Like, it really is like old technology, and it's really hard to interact with. And when you play against a good, when you play against a really good like Hulk deck, you remember it because it beats the shit out of you.
I mean, Jason just played just like a small like friend tournament on last weekend, and he was playing Timna Halana.
Was that Niall Kelly's? I know Max Sternberg was also.
Yeah. It was Max's deck. Max was at the event, and Max was like
first out of schools.
Yeah, that deck is he's a local. Shout out to Niall Kelly. He's a Philly local, and we go to in upstate New York. We go to a lot of the PA tournaments, and he brought that to Steel City and did some really cool shit.
Yeah,
and he's usually plays some wild decks. He top 16 with like the Lobster, the Boros Lobster. And he like top 16 a major tournament with like Kembal. He's like one of the few people to do Kembal Profiteering Mayor. He's a brewer's brewer, guys. You guys should get him on the show sometime. He's a super cool guy.
If you're reading this or listening to this or watching it, however you consume this content, and you've got an idea for Eddie Brock, let us know.
Please let us know.
Yeah.
Because there's something here.
Come on, Brock Hulk, guys. Please help us.
I mean, realistically, I think that this card is just a menace in casual.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think this just destroys casual pods. This is exactly what I want to do in, like, a casual EDH deck.
Yep. All right. Last couple slides are for Tim. Tim, tell me about this. What is going on with Rocco here?
I just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm entering an era where, like, I just need to believe in myself. I believe I'm a good enough player that, I almost was like, I'm a good enough player that I've been playing long enough that I should just play the best deck. But now I'm like I've gone totally like up my own ass. I'm like, no, I'm a good enough player that I can play any deck I want and still be a brat and like not play the best deck. So I wanted to play Rocco because I've always loved Rocco. But, I just believe, I'm the kind of person that like, I would love to, I know I have a tendency to just like want to play a different deck all the time because I just like love Magic and love all the cards and just have a lot of fun brewing. But I also do love the places you can get when you sit down with a deck and spend time with the deck and like become a deck specialist. And like, I love that as much. And I just like, I know Marnius will always be a deck I'll play and I will still play it at tournaments. But for the new season, I just like want to find a new deck to be a deck specialist. So I want to try out Rocco. I think it has a lot of game. I really like the play pattern. One deck I was really proficient on before I got in my Esper arc was Teamer Pirates. And it kind of satisfies a similar itch for me as like Teamer Pirates did back when Teamer Pirates was a deck that was worth playing. And I think it's just like got a lot of new tools recently that people aren't too hep to, and I just like in love with the deck. So I just like I'm having a blast. Plus I got a Judge foil of the Dreadnought.
That's dope.
Cool. Shout out to Propaganda.
Yeah.
But I just think the deck is super good. I think that Jolly Balloon Man cleaned up some stuff. I think it's basically like Atali with Silence, which gives it a little more game. And I just like it. I just like a deck that can like has just like you can be really deft with executing creature combo lines, which I love, but you also have like versatility of play experience because you have a tutorable commander. So I like it. I really just like everything about it. Like the design of the card. I think it's super cool. I think it's just like it lends to so many different builds. And I know that like as the season goes on, I know that the meta is going to change and it's not going to like totally like transform, but it will self-correct and make adjustments. And I want a deck that I feel has a lot of play to it, but also has a really aggressive plan on its own. And that for me right now is Rocco. It's a deck maybe I've been afraid to play it because I was afraid that like I needed the power. I needed a heuristic study to bail my ass out, but I'm confident enough. Like, I went into the deep part of the pool before when in my other formats where I ventured out without. I played Mono White Initiative and like in Vintage, I played Yawgmoth for years in 60 card. In Modern, I'm not afraid to go out and go into the.
You okay if we link your list in the description here?
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, no problem. I just think it's so fun to go and play creature combo again. I love Kiki Jiki, and I just think it's just fun. I want to have some fun and be competitive, and I think I have the skill to do it. I'm sorry if I'm rambling.
No, you're good.
Is that a good enough answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome.
If you want to go watch Tim play some Rocco, you can either join our league and get cooked by him there, or you can check out this video.
If I go seat one.
If you go see him. You can check out this video by our friends at Mind Over Meta, those Utah guys, crazy Utah guys out there, with Doot Loot. Check out this video. We'll link that in the description.
I wanted to highlight something that like in that the ramble that I think should be notable as like the weave. Just real quick, that I think it's incredibly healthy that you just wanted to specialize on a new deck in the new season. I think like more people should explore their options, especially when they're feeling super comfortable. I think that's like really something that more people should do.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's good too. It's a good practice because like I feel like if I became too attached to a deck, like I was like the Kinnan guy or something, or the Sisay guy or the Marnius guy, and my deck really was not well positioned, I think I would be too stubborn to relinquish it to the detriment of my. It's a long season, you know what I mean, and I don't know what the season's going to bring. So,
I know what it's going to bring.
What's that?
Dude, the big Ziti Open 2.
Yeah, dude. We're announcing it here, dude. I won't release it till this video comes out.
What's
but
the
big
word?
ZD2, dude.
What? Dude, I was so jealous that I couldn't go to the first one.
Yeah,
what are the
same.
details
I'm
on
gonna
the
fly
second
you
one?
out. I'm gonna make your wife fly you go. I'm sorry. We're flying you out. You're coming out for Big ZD2. We're gonna TO it.
All right.
Big ZD. I just really admire what you've done in Denver. I admire what Play to Win has done in southeastern PA. I admire what Adam at the Mana Vault has done in the Milwaukee area. I admire what Kings Court has done for South Massachusetts and like Rhode Island area. And it goes on higher in San Diego or all the micro communities of CD and the Ohio crew, like what they like Time Warp Games. I think it's Time Warp Games is done for them. I just like wanted to do that for upstate New York in my own way. I was like, I have a big enough platform that I want to like really bring some like just some high level cEDH to upstate New York. Like I love upstate New York. I live here. I love the shop. I love the local community. We have some excellent players, and I just like wanted to like bring some big tournaments here, and like the enthusiasm is there. Like we've did a Big Ziti Open last year, and we sold it out in winter time, and we're just gonna run it back again. It's vibes
must be so
first,
cozy in
high
the winter.
competitive.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna be November 8th. Hopefully it
Nice.
won't be too snowy then. We'll go get some good Italian food. Shout out to John Useless Knowledge for cooking all of it last time. He's too busy, so we got one of our favorite Italian spots making it this time.
Sweet.
Joe and Vinny's will be making it. Yeah, we just really want to just create something where you can get like last tournament. We had like we had Tyler from Play to Win and Ian, and like we have players that for the locals it's great, people that they only get to see on the internet, like coming out to play in their local tournament, and it's a great combination of like high caliber players from the region versus like our local players who are dipping their toes in, and I love that we can bring that together. So there's a good players, and it's an excellent experience, and I make sure that when we do the play mats, I don't sell them. I do like prize play mats, so it's like kind of like we did for your tournament.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
like we do like top 16 and people. I just like if we get enough people, I was like I'll give top 32, and everyone 1 through 32 gets their own play mat, and
That's cool.
People love it, and I donate my own cards. I've donated cradles and 8 dual lands, and
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, I've taken a lot of inspiration from you on that with the league, and just like, I don't think I can rely on anyone else to put up the pricing, and like, yeah, there's people that contribute and stuff like that, but like, for us, it feels like it's our responsibility.
Yeah.
It feels like our creation and our thing to caretake basically, and like, yeah, we put our love and all that into these events, and like, it's very cool. It's very fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear you're doing another one.
Thanks, man. And the rewards are tangible. Like when I just like think of like Cam and Dylan like running all these like weekly Magic tournaments. Like they play all week at their local like the like Cloud City in the Stroudsburg Mall. They just like get together, and these people like get to go and play against like Cam and Dylan. They love it. You know what I mean? And like I wanted to do that for people because I go to the LGS and like sign people's cards, and it's like it's wild for me to like just be that for somebody. And like I was at a tournament one time when I first moved here, and I had like one of my Frogside play mats, and this guy's like, "Oh, I heard he's gonna put that out again," and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I'm reprinting this," and he's like, yeah, Gold Sabretooth. I was like, I'm Gold Sabretooth. And he's like, yeah, I heard he's going to put it out again. And I was like, no, dude, I'm Gold Sabretooth. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, oh my God. He's like, can I call my brother? And the guy's like, brother, and his friend came to the... It was like,
That's so
You're like,
funny.
yeah, he is gonna do that.
I was like, yeah,
I heard from
am.
a very reliable source that was
Yeah,
going to
it was
happen,
so
dude.
sweet. And now he's the man, dude. He was at Steel City, and he and his brother
That's
like come to
awesome.
all these tournaments, and I just want that for upstate New York. I just like, yeah, like you have to build the community you want, and people want to play CDH, and I just am really excited to do it. We'll cap it out. We'll have good prizing. Talking to
there's
Wayne
no question
Delanco,
about
we'll
those
try to
things.
get we'll make the
Nobody's-
Solanco qualifier.
Oh,
I'll
really?
pay Wayne whatever I have to do it.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it, so we'll do it whatever we can. And then if you're ready, do you guys want to see the Amulet Titan mat that I just drew this entire conversation?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, for sure.
Can we show it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna unveil it right now.
Unveiled.
I'm gonna switch
Three.
the camera.
2.
Wait, you're switching the
I'm
camera?
just
What are you
making it
talking
bigger
about?
so people can see.
Yo, that thing's actually so sick. That's so sick.
I can't hear what Tim's saying.
He's just laughing, dude. Oh, that's sick. I'm a big fan.
Thank
Dude,
you.
the cart
And you will
Titan.
be able to get this.
Dude, we
Amulet
give
Titan.
Tim the platform to make his best work for sure. You know.
Oh,
I really
for
drew
2
this
hours
soup
and
to
just,
nuts. I drew this soup to nuts during this entire conversation.
yeah, I mean, we saw like the very beginning ideas, and then to see it done
That's so
or close
cool.
to being done, like it's so gas, dude.
God,
I'm a
want
big
that
fan.
So bad.
I'm a big fan.
Okay, now I looked at it small. I got to make it a little darker here. But thanks for having me tonight. Actually, you guys made my night. I was actually, to be honest with you, like I love doing this artwork, but I'm really stressed out. Actually, I got Atlanta this weekend, and I got Cookout next weekend, and I'm working on some playmats for our friends.
Wait, so you're going back to back Atlanta? You're going Atlanta this
Yeah.
weekend, and then coming back, and then going back to Atlanta?
Yeah,
You're a savage.
kind of crazy. Well, I wasn't going to, but then shout out to Wayne. Wayne wanted to try. It made it possible for me. Wayne's bringing me out, so.
Nice.
He's like, what would it take to get me there? I was like, money. For the real answer, money. I mean, I can't. It's a lot of work, and I need some incentive to like be away from home.
I did want to
so-
one last thing. You were saying about people coming up to you and chatting with you and stuff, and
Yeah.
I think Austin and I have both gotten small tastes of that. But last weekend, I had 2 players come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm here at this tournament because of you," and I'm like, "I
Isn't that
have
so
no idea
cool?
who you are."
Yeah.
And he's like, I heard about the tournament, and I I wanted to check it out. And I'm like, "That's so cool."
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's-
And that's what it is. Like that's the I don't know. You always want to have a little bit of your mentors in your practice, and
yeah.
that's one thing I really love that Tyler and Brandon and Dylan and Cam and Nasty Nate do. They just like they really make all of the players in the area just like they love those guys, and those guys love them, and they like I don't know, maybe that's something I've even done outside of Magic. Like I feel like I was kind of like created the friend group wherever I was when I was a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like created the community I wanted. So I want to be able to do that. It's wild too, it's like having sushi with like with Chen and Ian. And I'm thinking like, yeah, man, like we're just eating sushi and talking about Magic. But I was like, I really appreciate what I was telling Ian. I was like, you create these tournament recaps that people want to see. Like you give people something that they want in their life because you wanted it to exist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's like so important. Like we get to see the results on a computer screen, but we also want context. And that's so important. So I was just
Tim,
really,
Dude, can you zoom in on that font? That is nice.
Thanks. It's not perfect when you look at it up close, but
Oh, I don't care.
I kind of like that.
I get the
But it looks
amulet.
nicer out there. You like the amulet? I thought the amulet looked
No,
really
the
good.
T,
And you
like
can
the
see
A
if
and the
I
T with the extra like little line there is like
I think the composition's nice on this. Thank you.
it looks great. Excited for it.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
I
this
wasn't
will
gonna
be
back the
available tomorrow.
Kickstarter, but now I have to.
What's up?
I wasn't gonna back
you
it.
have
Dude, no,
to
we
now.
all have to. We all have to back it so we can get that standstill map made, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can vote. What? Okay, so the last question I'll leave you is like, if you get to vote for a mat, what would you vote for, guys? That's the
All right.
last
Yeah.
question.
Throw it in the comments if you want
already
a
said mine,
particular
dude.
mat, especially ones that don't exist yet.
Yeah.
Especially ones
Yeah,
that
yeah,
don't exist
yeah.
yet. Yeah. Leave a comment. Let us know. Let Tim know what.
Yeah,
what the word
graffiti
is.
mat. Don't worry.
Mine's a Mr. Krabs Days, dude.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
dude, double-sided Mr. Krabs, smothering tide on one side and days on the other. That'd be so
Give the
sick.
people what they want.
All right.
All right, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks
Yeah,
so much for
thanks for
joining
coming
us,
on.
especially
Yeah, I
last
love you
minute.
guys. It's always my pleasure. Yeah.
All right.
Until next week.
Yep.
Arrivederci.